All right. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all. It is right at 8:30. We've got the market is now open. Sweet. I was about to say out the seconds, but hey, the market just opened. So good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. I am Options Millionaire. Thank you for being here. This is the Options Millionaire channel, and we are watching the live stream of Market Open here on SPY. So a lot of good stuff happened. If y'all if y'all did watch my pre-market video, which doesn't say too much, admittedly, but we're just I don't like to make my presumptions until the market opens, and the Monday kind of fills the voids and answers a few questions that we've been having around the day. So I expect some volatility coming into the market today and this week. If y'all are looking at this chart here, I currently have these blue lines formed on the ranges of last week. So these are the last week lows and highs. We're currently at the top of those ranges. And now we're just kind of waiting for shaking and baking. So we had a big pop here, a little bit of gap up in the morning trading session. I'm going to switch back to the one-day chart here and kind of watch the action as we formulate our opinions. So big red candle forming. I am looking at May 28th, 420 calls. That's what I've got pinged up. That's what I've got chambered up here. And I've got nothing right now, but I'm 100% cash. I'm waiting. And we got a little bit of fade into the morning session. Let's make some money. All right, so that little red candle there was immediately bought up. We've got this green candle forming here. And of course, volatility is playing abound. That's what I expect this week. I didn't make predictions on price, but I did make predictions on some volatility. And I think we're going to see some volatility this week. So we will see. Ups and downs. That's why I don't play the first 30 minutes. Last week I played the first 30 minutes twice, and I got burnt twice. So I definitely don't do that. The volatility is running around. I'll wait for my setup. The setup will come. The setup will come. So can see some of your Discord. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, let me take that off. My bad. Just trimming things up here, trying to get things rolling. There you go. There you go. Big green candles coming across the screen. Let's just take a little look around the market, see where things are going. All right, so right now the VIX is down 2.7% to 19.6. Everything else is green except, let's see, except Boeing. Travel is down. So Boeing and American Airlines, Southwest, they're all down, stuff like that. Tech is up except for Tesla. Tesla's down 0.78. Seems to be the standard nowadays. Everything up is everything else is up about 0.5% up to 0.75%. Nothing crazy, but definitely green. Definitely green. QQQ is up almost a full percent. Let's take a look at the different sectors. XLF is up 0.32, trending upwards slightly after a little bit of red candle as well. I'm going to switch to the one just so you can kind of see the candles forming here. XLF. So let's see what the bonds are doing. The bonds are, about even as well. Slightly up, but even on the trading session so far. Nothing crazy going on just yet. And then, of course, Google is up a full point. So good stuff. And we're just waiting for the first morning session to come about. If you are currently new to the channel and joining the stream for the first time, please just go in and join the Discord. Join the Discord. You can post any applicable messages you want, and I'll answer them as best as I can. Big sell-off right there. Man, there's some volatility here this morning. I want no part of this volatility. Let it do its thing. Anyway, going back, you can post any questions you want in the SPY exchange room. That's where I pretty much hang out in throughout the day and answer questions. If you're a Patreon member, you can post in the Patreon general room, and I will answer those as well. That filters out a lot of the noise there. So massive sell-off here in the morning session right now. So somebody asked a question. Your boy LaCroix. I love LaCroix, by the way. That's all. Exclusively, that's all I drink. I do not drink sodas. I drink LaCroix. So a little tidbit about me, or at least not LaCroix brand specific. Just flavored carbonated water in general. But yeah, anyway, I picked 420 because that's about the price range I want to see. We're right. We were up about the 417.50, 418. If you know my strategy, I pick a call that's about $2 to $3 and strike away. So here we are about that range. That's why I picked the 420s. That gives me the delta I want. It gives me the risk management I want and the profits I want. So good question though, but there you go. What else we got? So after that sell off, it just picked right back up, and let's go over and see what XLF is doing. LaCroix, there you go. Who dis? I love LaCroix, man. I don't drink sodas. I drink that. All right, who else we got? Park Sparkling Water. I'll give it a shot. Webull seriously messed up the platform with the update. You know what? Webull was already convoluted before. I don't even know what this update is. I still have the Webull update, the Webull app on my computer from when I traded crypto. I'll see if I can open it and see what it looks like. But yeah, I haven't touched it. All right. So a lot of volatility is climbing here. XLF is watching. The VIX is down slightly, 2.5%. They're down to 19.58. SPY is, of course, doing its thing. And y'all know my thing, man. If we are on a bullish, strong day, you have to watch the 8 EMA on the 5-minute chart because it loves to bounce off that 8 EMA on the 5-minute chart. Coconut LaCroix. I have to try that one. Is there a confirmation for the 420 calls? Because the features do look good. I'm not touching a play until the first 30 minutes at least. I want to let this thing shake and bake, do its thing, get out its gas, and then we'll go from there. If we are in upward area, if we're in another trend day for some reason, I don't expect a trend day, but if we do upward, if we are, we'll play calls, man. There'll be plenty of time. When I made that 52% gain on Thursday, I didn't buy until right at 10:05 Eastern time. So I waited until the range set. I waited till it was at the top of the range, and then once I got the little warm and fuzzies there, I bought. So you don't need to rush a play. Especially on a Monday. I don't want to rush a play because that's when there's, for me personally, the most questions come about on Monday morning. Luca is back at it again with the 0 DTEs. He's got a 35%er this morning already. Guy's killing it with the 0 TEs. Y'all just be careful if you're going to play those 0 DTEs. They can go down just as quick as they come up. So Luca is beginning to be a bit of a boss when it comes to them things. Here we go. More questions. All right, someone's talking about Webull. I'll let y'all discuss that one. Morning, OM. Signed up for OM membership with Patreon this weekend. How do I get access to Patreon Discord? Thanks, Buck. I saw your name come through. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much for the Patreon. Had a lot of new Patreons this weekend. Awesome stuff. Very cool, man. All right, I can give you a little rundown here. I know if you go into your profile settings, you can link your apps. You go to the little part that says apps. You click on apps, and then it'll give you the access to the little screen to put in your Discord credentials, and you link that up. So the second you sign up for a tier, it automatically puts you, gives you the Patreon little indicator, and it puts you in the Patreon applicable rooms in Discord. So if that doesn't help you, please just let me know, or DM me, and I'll walk you through it step by step. Are you waiting for a breakout confirmation? Yeah, or the other way around. Basically, the first 3 minutes. Let's go back. Let's look at this. Look at these candles. They're just red, green, and they are trending on the 8. So that's cool. Right there, they're bouncing right off the 80 EMA on the 5-minute, which gives me the strong bullish indication. Let's see here, though. So I'm just looking at here. Oil's down. All in oil and travel are down. VIX is down. The 10-year yields are down. So everything's looking bullish. Everything is trending bullish. And so this is when I start forming my strategies here. I don't want to do bias. Look at the sell-off on XLF. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. See, this is what I'm looking at. Big old sell-off on XLF, man. This is what I'm talking about. Man, watch this. Watch SPY react. Watch SPY react. I'm going to put it on the 1 just so you can see the candles form. Melting off, man. So VIX, where's the VIX at? VIX is 19.5. Let's track the VIX as this thing starts to become volatile. XLE, someone said XLE is diving as well. Oh, holy smokes, look at XLE. XLE just gave off all of its pre-market gains. That's tanking. This is going to bring the SPY down. So what's Q? So Q is raging too. So XLF is tanking, Q is raging. So this is going to be a tech day. All of tech is strong. So when the financial market sells off, you've got all of tech raging. QQQ is raging. This is going to be a tech day. So let's see how this XLF actually does affect SPY. It may give a little stall to this SPY rage, but that's going to bring some questions into play. You've got XLF and you've got all the sectors selling off hard. You've got tech is going up, QQQ is raging. So volatility is still down though. Now one more component is the bonds. Let's look at the bonds. TLT. TLT is up, with VIX is down. The VIX is the pivot point with the bonds in the financial market. If the volatility spikes, that's when you're going to get that big red candles on SPY, and that's what you need to be careful about. All right. Just another Maniac Monday. Yep. Where's Lucas Plays? Lucas Plays in the SPY exchange room. He posts his plays in there. But Luca does post his plays as he does post them as he makes them from what I'm thinking. But I mean he's playing with small amounts with 0 DTE, so be aware of that. Like 0 DTEs are very, very, very volatile, so you have to be very careful. It's all fun and games until you wipe your account out in 48 seconds. So Wheeler Cody got that one. All right, let's see what we got going here. 356 people already on the live stream. I think that's a record for this early in the day. So let's see if we can get to 400 today. I don't even think we'll hit 400. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, it is currently 8:45. We've got, or my time at least, so 9:45 Eastern. Got about 20 minutes to perform in the ranges here and watch this thing just shake and bake. XLF, hard rebound off that sell-off too. So some strength coming into the market. I'm interested if this is going to be another trend day. Interesting. Okay. Huge green on the XLF. Sounds like a radio channel. Hey, thanks for tuning in to XLF. Got your hottest takes today. 101.5, the XLF. Funny story today. So I went out for my 0400 run, just like I do every morning. And I was chased by some foxes this morning. Good stuff. I found out what the fox say. I know my neighborhood has a lot of foxes anyway, because there's a big old field right beside our neighborhood. And there's like 10 foxes out there, and they all started barking at me. I posted a video of the foxes barking at me in the fitness channel on Discord, but it's pretty cool. Like, they're sitting there barking at me. They did scream at me. It was crazy. I was like, what do you want from me? And they just bark at me. A little bit of red forming on the 1-minute chart here on the SPY. I've got Q posted up here. Let's go to the SPY. So there's the 1 minute, 3-minute chart. Let's take a look around. Very bullish on all indicators here on the 3 and the 5 minute. And we'll see. Crazy, crazy stuff. I don't know what that means, Kudai Party. I don't know what that means. Is Foxes telling you is something related to Twitch? I don't know. They did, Laughlin. They did. They screamed at me. A lot of them did. Luca posts his 0 DTEs, very risky plays in SPY exchange room. So I think because there's a lot of hot tub girls on Twitter. Oh, I don't know. Y'all are silly. All right. I think I'm missing some questions here. Let's see here. If you're looking at puts, which range will we look in? I'm looking at the 414, 415 put range on the May 28th. But then again, I'm not even streaming. I'm not even siding towards puts just yet. Just think very well could tank and drop, but I'm just not even doing that at the moment. All right, so definitely very bullish right here. I'm just really just watching around the market and seeing where things go. A little bit of uptick in VIX, no downtick in VIX, 1937, I'm sorry. So let's take a look at this. So yeah, VIX fell off a shelf today. It's currently down 4%, down to 19.37. Q's up hard, over 1%. Everything else is pretty green. Oil recovered. Oil was down red, and they have raged up to a green. So nice bounce from oil. Energy markets coming back into play. Let's see what they're doing on XLE. A little green coming back into XLE as well. All right, so the SPY right now is right at the top, or almost to the top of last week's range. Keeps getting those red candles though. It's not green, 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 green. It's red, green, red, green. There's off and on, so we will see. All right, so I'm going to form a preliminary line. This is not something I'm basing decisions off of, but just for a purpose of my own visual aid, I'm posting, that's right. All right, I'm going to post a line right there. I'm going to switch that to blue. I'm going to switch this one to, I don't know, let's make it red. And that red line is going to be the last week's high range, the high price of last week. So that's where we're going to be looking for popping. And if we pop that line, I'll be very close to taking calls if we pop that line, because it will bring volatility into it. It will bring some volatility into it. All righty then. No plays taken just yet if you're just getting on. I'm just currently sitting all cash. Nothing. All right. They smelt money. Were you nervous being chased by the fox? No, it was about the size of a mid-sized dog. My wife asked me the same question because I'm getting ganged up. I've got pictures, there's 4 of them just looking at me. I'm like, no, it's cool. I can handle a couple foxes. They weren't lions. I'm not in the African safaris. There's no lions and tigers. All right, when you look at buying puts or calls, do you look at 0 DT or 3 to 5 to 7? I look at $2 to $3 in strike price and 4 to 7 days in DTE. So 3 to 7, I'd give that a fair assessment. I have taken threes before recently. I usually, if I want to capture some volatility and make some higher gains, I'll bring in the DTs a little bit. I'll go to 2, 3, which I have been done. I did it last week actually. So mostly I hang out in the 4 to 7 range though. Mostly I would say the 4 range. Do foxes hunt in packs? You know what? I never knew the answer to that question, but today after seeing 10 foxes around me, I would say they hunt in packs. They were ready to take down a 220-pound wildebeest flopping through their neighborhood. So I think they were about to get me. All right, let's take a look around. A little bit of selling off here in QQQ, and that thing is bouncing. You're welcome, Joseph. Thanks for being here. Is Department of Car Radio Repair guy around yet? I want to see if he's around. Car stereo repair. All right, let's hop over to the SPY exchange room and see what we're going on. David says, I just went from 20% to a 1% gain on the 0 DTE. I thought we'd go higher. Yep, that is the beauty, or I guess the horror of 0 DTEs. They change on you so fast. It's crazy. All right, so you see there's a lot of volatility coming here. I'm watching the one minute right now just so I could see the candles form, and just trend this until I start to, as I enter a position, I'm going to start really focusing on the 3 and 5 minute. We have a solitary red fox that tours our property. Yep, yeah, they are around here. All right, Tesla was down big in pre-market. They have since bounced hard. So, not pre-market, early morning trading hours, and they're since bounced hard, so they're doing well. Tech is up. Amazon's up a full point. Apple, Facebook, all up big. Netflix, very, very strong tech day, which explains why QQQ is so strong, and then that is bringing SPY right along with it. A little bit of pressure in the early morning with the sectors. XLF is still seeing some pressure. And that is affecting SPY. That is the reason why you're getting this little red. It's not quite as strong as QQQ, but we are going to play this smart. So we'll just wait for this to shake out. We've got another 10 minutes or so till we form our ranges. If y'all haven't noticed, I created an OM's motivation channel under my Options Millionaire category, and that's because I believe that motivation and emotions are 95% of this game. And just as some, I just personally I consume a lot of motivational and self-improvement content throughout my life, and I think it should help y'all. So some of it will probably be corny, I'm sure, but some of it will be helpful, and it's good stuff just to get you started on the right day. Yeah, the bonds are going up too. Pay close attention to that volatility, the VIX. Yep, DTE stands for Days to Expiration. Thanks, Jason. Thanks for the... Hey, Department of Car Stereo Repair. There you are. He made some moves last week. He's planning on being smarter this week. You didn't make dumb moves, Department of Car Stereo Repair. You made moves that help you learn. Help you learn. That's right, Daniel. You got to form your opinions. You got to cage your emotions, and you got to control your mindset. And motivation helps you do that. Yeah, for sure. All that motivation stuff will pretty much be centered around trading and investing. It won't be just random stuff. It'll just be definitely focused on investing, personal finance, stuff like that. You actually work for Tony Robbins? Give Tony Robbins a big old high five for me and tell him OM says hi. Awesome stuff. Ho, look at the bonds selling off. All right, let's see what's going on. SPY is currently green and right here. So let's see if it tests the top of that range here. We got about 10 minutes. All right. So looking around the market here, SQQQ currently basing to go higher. So now is this the question? I guarantee you 98% of you are answering this question. Do we double top here and do we drop down? Or is this just a base to go higher? Last week, this similar open it was a base to go higher. We're currently at the top of last week's range. So there's going to be a lot of pressure at this 418 level. This thing's just not going to just lollygag around here. So if we can find the buyers to step in and take out that top range, we can go higher. Or we're going to face a chop day, an inside chop day. So we will see. If you do want to vote on what happens on this morning session, go into the SPY Daily Sentiment Room and cast your vote so we can kind of see a collective voice and what we think the SPY is going to do this morning. My heart is racing. What play did you take, Alicia, that your heart's racing? It's not money, it's the market, it's tuition. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Hey guys, I have a credit spread today for 414. Any way you think I can save it? Man, it depends on the price action, man. It depends on the price action. You could either you could take a position to hedge against that, but that's a different conversation. What kind of workout split do I use? Oh man, well it depends because I do legs by themselves. Because my leg workouts are pretty strenuous, so I do legs by themselves, and then I usually do a push-pull combination on other days as well, while throwing in some fitness. Booyah. Yep, so right here, we've got this strong resistance trade at the 417 level, and they have another one up here at the 418. But if we come back on the 1 month chart, we'll see that this range, you see this red line, which is not correlated. I guess it is in a way, but that red line is the week's high, last week's high. But if you look at it, there's a lot of play that we stick right around this 418 level, and then we pop it. So here, we bounced off of here, we bounced off of here, again last week, again the week before, like a couple weeks ago. So there's a strong resistance at this 418 line. That's why today is so important. If we gain some strength and blow through this top under volume, we could see some very strong bullish action come into this. We could have a $4 or $5 day. So that is what we are going to pay attention to today. That's why I haven't taken a position yet, because if I buy a call here, there's a good chance this thing could sell off at least for some temporary profit taking. And y'all know me, I have a habit of taking a position too early, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to play this one smart. If we do get a little pressure, selling pressure here, a little profit taking, I'll just buy the dip. If we don't, then I'll just buy it and ride it up. All right. QQQ is flagging sideways here after that morning run up. So if you got questions, concerns, comments, throw them in the room, or you can post them here in the YouTube live chat while we're waiting. Yeah, we're waiting. Department of Car Stereo Repair says, when you make your range lines, do you include the wicks? Nope, I include the highest prices. So the wicks do take an account, or go into account. So I also made those type of moves on Friday, make good gain, and went for one more bad revenge trade. Yep. Silly stuff. Had two fantastic plays on Friday, and then one stupid play at the end. Well, I don't even call it a stupid play. I made my sound decision based on what happened, and obviously went against me. I ended up being right because the price did go down. It just a little bit later. It took a little longer than I anticipated, so I took that loss. So yeah. Let's zoom out to the 1 year while we're waiting. Strong volume right at this level, of course, because we've been hanging out in this level since April 15th. We've been hanging out in this little range. We popped hard since March 25th to April 15th, and now we've been hanging out here. So as we do that, you get that strong volume right here. Strong, so either support or resistance, and time will tell. Jamarant coming with a nice 12% gain on the day. Well done. Well done. Good stuff. No plays just yet for me. How far do you back to go to form your ranges? Well, I formed two ranges, the last week range and then the current day's range. That goes from open till 9:05 my time, which would be 10:05 Eastern. So From market open until 10:05 Eastern is when you form your ranges. Right now, this is the 1 year. Switch back to the day, and SPY has no problem. Just popped last week's high. So all right, now it's getting time where I've got my calls printed up here, ready to go. So I'm pretty close to it. Currently trading $1.57 each. May 28th, 420 calls. And we're just waiting here. Yeah. QQQ is just raging, man. It's going to take it with it. So a lot of strength. If we pop this range, if we pop this range, we very well could go to all-time highs. Not today, but definitely this week. Today would blow me away if we actually did hit all-time highs today. That would be an incredible movement. But SPY has no problem bouncing off these ranges. And let's go to the 5. Crazy pop action. So we're just waiting. Do you go live every day? Yes, I do. I do go live every day. I don't... the plan today, just so everyone's listening here, I'm going to trade till about 11:15, and then I'm going to sign off here. And then I'll be going out to do a couple of things here, and then before coming back on. So the goal here, going long term, I do live stream every day. I will be doing the morning sessions. I don't plan on live streaming every day, all day. I'm the all day. That's a long session to sit here and trade. I don't think it's healthy to sit in front of a computer and watch price tickers all day. But yeah, we'll do everyday streams from at least from morning till the open until about 12:15 Eastern. Sitting is bad. That's right. I'm in the works of getting a one of those stand-up adjustable desks here to stand up, and I'm going to redo my setup completely to basically center it around the live streaming for y'all, because the plan is eventually is to put me in the videos. Like you got the video facing me, and you'll have my setup in the background that you all see that I built out, my custom built-in cabinets here. You'll see that in the background here, and I'm going to have a stand-up desk so I can be with y'all healthily and, get things nice and fit. All right, big little bit of red candles here on the SPY. The Q is bouncing off and raged. Cool stuff. SPY is here. Let's switch over to 3. And right there. A little bit of red. I got an up desk. It's great. I think that's the one. I think that is the one I'm going to be looking at. I think that the up desk is the brand. It is really cool stuff, high end. You could like change things up and like change the tops of it. So yeah, uplift desk. That's what it is. I reached out to them for a quote. All right, good stuff. Joshua, I think everyone can pretty much tell you how I feel about DFE. I want to answer that one. All right. When are you going on vacation? It'll be June 9th is when I'll be out. So let's see, June 6th until the 9th is when I'll be out. I'll be gone from June 6th to June 9th. I'll be pretty much away from my phone the entire time, so I'll make sure my mods are cracking down on things, though. I was supposed to wait for Option Millionaire, but I went in after above 418 in the morning video. That's fine. I'm not quite getting the warm and fuzzies just yet. So if I see that things continues on strong and there's not going to be a morning profit fade, and then I'll go ahead and enter a position. I just don't quite have the warm and fuzzies that I did last week yet, and that's personal sentiment. That's me. So y'all do what y'all need to. So the red line is last week's high. I'm going to delete this baby because that's not really anything. We're currently at the morning range, and I'm going to set the morning ranges right there. I'm going to change this to blue. There you go. And let's set the lows, which is going to be right there. That's the morning range, set and done. And we're going to see how this thing plays. Yep, stand-up decks are actually crucial, man. You know, I think one of the biggest problems in this country and from a health perspective is the sedentary lifestyle. And I think a lot of that can be avoided with stand-up desk. You know, sitting down destroys your hips, your hip flexors, and your lower back. It's absolutely crucial to have a stand-up desk, or at least get that upward mobility moment. All right. So millennial work could be the best thing that would be a space to still treat a work as a cell phone indirect nature for those who have jobs in an office. Still trade at work. I don't have a good answer for people that that have full-time jobs and that have to trade. I do apologize. There's just no good real answer, except for trading longer terms and like being very diligent on your research and setups. Do long-term holds. Unfortunately, I just don't have a good answer. Maybe just trade on your lunch break if you do that. Unfortunately, I just don't have a good answer for it to get around it. And a lot of, I'm not going to sit here and say you need to find time during your day to trade at work because, a lot of companies would definitely frown upon that. Did I hop in calls? Not yet. I did not hop in calls yet. All right, got a little red coming in here, and we were basing. And do we go higher or do we turn down? If we do come down, I will be buying the fade. That's what I'm really looking for. My number one strategy now is to buy the fade. We're not getting a fade yet, and if we don't, I'll just readjust and buy the top or buy the climb into the trend. But right now, if we look at Thursday, let's go back and look at Thursday. Let's go back and look at Thursday. All right, here we go. Thursday. 9:05, 9:05, 9:05. My time right here. Okay, here was Thursday. So you see, this was the top of the trend on Thursday. We came up here and I purchased right about here. So we came up and we were glued to the top of this range. And then pow, we popped through and off to the races we went. Because we were glued right here on the money. This is a bullish sign for me because you've got the tightening form right at the top of this range. And then volume came in and whapa, just took this thing right above it. A volatility came in and just right above it. And we just went off to the races. And of course we went exponential. So if we get a lot of chop, that's not a trend day, that's a range day. If we get a lot of downward force, that's not going to give me confidence to pop through the top. But here we go. I mean, if this thing pops through, it sticks to the top and goes. It's a strong bullish day. That's why it gave me such confidence last week to hold that position to 52%. Right now, very similar action. We came up. We're at the top of the range. We've already formed our ranges. It's 9:07 my time, 10:07 Eastern. And now we're just waiting for this trend to form. Fade means you just got this top here, and now we just got a little fade down, a little selling action come in and take profits. So let's take a look at the Qs. Qs has got a little red coming in as well on the 3-minute. Now a second indication as well, in addition to the range, is that I switched to the 5 and I watched the 8 EMA. The SPY loves the 8 EMA on the 5-minute chart on trend days. So be aware of that. Good stuff. Booyah. Hey, we got up to 420 people today on the live stream. That's an all-time record. Calls on people being here. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. I love it. I love it. I wish every day was a trend day. If every day was a trend day, then we would have 50% gainers every day. Or crazy stuff, man. All right, so the red candle is just getting bought up left to right as we still stick to the top of this range. So the May 28th 420s is currently trading at $1.64 each. And we're hovering right about here. All right, so I want my thesis to start forming here. And what I want is, if we can mimic Thursday's actions. So far, we're mimicking Thursday's actions. So we formed new highs in pre-market. Obviously, we have a gap up. And right now, we're sticking right to the top of this range. We hit the top of the range, and now we're sticking here, which is this 418.50 level. Now, let's look at the historics behind the 418.50 level. So right here, we got to this right around this range and bounced off on, what was that, on Friday, before coming back down. And we're right back up here once again. We're testing it again. So 417 level, we came up here to this range. So there's a lot of resistance right up in this range. It doesn't want to, I mean, we popped it once or twice. Like when we had that run up to all-time highs to 423 last week, we've popped it. But right here, I mean, it's just sticking right on it. It's sticking right on this range. And the price volume, let's look at the price volume, or probably the volume profile. We're right here. We've got this resistance here at this 417. We broke through that. And now we're just hanging right up here. So we've got this resistance level at this 418-ish level, 418.50 level. Big sell-off coming on the XLF charts here. A lot of red candles coming in on this. So maybe we'll get our fade here. XLE is starting to fade as well. The bonds are increasing. What's the VIX doing? Let's look at VIX. Volatility is 1922, which is the lowest of the day. Just down, down, down. Just tanking the whole time. Every single thing on my watch list is green except for VIX. And here's a little bit of sell. And I think the XLF selling off here might bring a SPY down a little bit. We'll see. Here's a little dip. And the Q is just absolutely raging here. So I'm going to take some calls here. Let me see. I'm really close to taking calls. This thing is just, Q keeps on raging. The XLF is selling off here. That's the thing that keeps throwing me off, though. So it's a tech strong day. You need to focus on tech. All right here. So I'm just really looking at this because XLF is off, but tech is just, man, it's just nothing is stopping tech. Absolutely nothing. It's crazy. So what's the current plan? I've got May 28th, 420 calls. I've got them chambered. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. VIX is at that support level. That's, VIX is bottomed out. It's bottomed out. Let's do it then. Cayman's being aggressive. I love it. I love it. I'm pretty much almost there. I'm almost there. So the XLF is the only thing carrying this puppy down. Q is just raging, absolutely raging, just beasting this thing. And tech is a lot of right alongside with it. So the only question is SPY going to go? So we finally popped this range. We have confirmation on the top range day. And I'm going to take a play here. Wow, I couldn't even get in. Thing went exponential right before I hit it. Not in yet. I gotta set my orders. Nope, still not in yet. All right, hold on a second. Let me look through here. Let me look. All right, I'm gonna buy this red candle here. Nope, still haven't entered it. I tried to enter it. I tried to enter it 173 or 175, and it just went exponential on me. So now I'm just looking for a setup. I'm probably gonna buy this fade right here. I'm almost there. Yep. So here, red candle. All right, I'm gonna take this right here. 8. Nope, got filled at 9. My bad. 179. I'm gonna post this in the room, and let's see where this thing goes. All right, I'm in at $179, $1.79 on the May 28th, 420 calls. Just looking strong, just looking strong. I love the Italian pinch name. Yeah, for sure. All right, so here we go. We bounced right off the 8 EMA, and this appears to be a trend day. Another one, just like Wednesday. Broke 10K for the first time today. Well done, Jamarant. Awesome, awesome stuff. Well done. All right, so let's see here. XLF. Big green candle on the XLF. That's if XLF uptrends and goes along with tech, then we're right along for the races, man. Right along for the races. All right, so here we go, up we go. What would you use as stop price? I don't know. We'll see how things go. We'll see how this go with the price action here. So SPY still definitely wants to climb. Let's minimize that. Let's see. So 169 is a 10% gain. I'll be looking close to that here. And go over there. The name of the play today is not be greedy. So anyway, I'm up about 5% on these calls right now. I don't need that. Let's answer that. And we'll see where we go. $179. I got it in 179, 169. Somebody asked if I got 169 or 179. I got it in 179. So, all right, let's just take a look around. Keep looking around the market. The queue's up. Tech is so strong, man. Crazy, crazy strong. SPY is climbing. XLE. The sectors are starting to rebound, which is good. And that's going to carry it along with it. As long as XLF keeps climbing here, we're going to have a lot of good action. A lot of good action. Sold half of 10%. Rest could be off the races if this becomes a trend day. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So here you go. A little bit of green coming in. A little bit of green coming in. Yep, VIX is down. VIX is down big here, so. All right, we're up 10% there. There's no shame. Well, almost 10%. I think it hit 10% for a second and dropped a little bit, but yeah. So there's no shame in taking a 10% profit if y'all do want to take this off the table. So y'all exit if you are mimicking my plays. Exit at your own discretion. There's nothing wrong with a 10% gain here. So y'all do your thing. I'll probably take, I don't know, half at 10% just so I can lock in some profits because we are high. I think it's going to continue on going here. This is a strong, strong day. But you never know, Why let SPY molest you? So that's what I'm going to do. All right, SPY still climbing good. We're at $1.97 there. There's $1.98, $1.99. There is, give me $2. Do I have $2? $1.98, $1.98, $1.97, $1.99. Come on, give me $2. Who's got $2? $9, $1.99, $1.98. There's $2. Didn't sell yet. Actually, no, we're still at $1.99. Sorry, I'm being silly. I'm being a silly goose. All right, there's $2. Cool, there's 201. You know what? I'm going to take half this position to 201. At everyone, closed half position at 201. All right, still hanging on to half, but right now that is good money right there, baby. And we going. I'll take my 10% gain. $16% or 0 DTE. Great job. Great job. Sorry, I'm being a little silly. Sorry. 202, 203, 204. And you know what happened? Look at this. This is why. Because tech was up strong. The only thing holding back SPY was the sectors. The sectors pop now, and look what's happening. Now we're finally getting that exponential growth. Here's XLF is finally carrying up with it. Now we have nothing but upward races, baby. Now it's nothing but, a gravy train with biscuit wheels. You're allowed to be silly. Thanks, David. I appreciate it. Thanks. Appreciate that. Easy 10%. That's what I'm talking about. What are the bars on the right side of your chart? I'm glad you asked that, full stack. That is the volume profile. I would probably say the most, if not one of those, if not the most indicator on this chart. XLE's popping. That shows you volume at a specific price. So it shows support levels, resistance levels, where the price is going to fluctuate and bounce off of. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. All right, got a little bit of red forming on the SPY. And let's see what we can do. Remember, the SPY loves the 8 EMA on the 5-minute chart. So let's watch the 8-minute chart. Hey, went from 9K to 4.5. Hopefully I can make it back here. Me too. Me too, Abosom. Thank you. Could be here. You're welcome for the 10%. Had a lot of people join the Patreon this weekend. If you wish to do so, I've got Patreon links in the Support OM channel in the Discord. It's completely voluntary. I love it. I appreciate every bit of it, man. It's humbling to see y'all support. If you want another way to support, I've got a Venmo, and of course I've got the super chats here on the YouTube chat. So if you're on the YouTube chat, you could support with the YouTube chat, or you can do it in Venmo. Either way, I appreciate y'all's support. It's completely voluntary. Thank you for being here. I hope someone made a little bit of money off today's play, because it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. I'm more happy y'all making money than me making money. I love seeing y'all's gains more than I love my own gains. It's good stuff, and we're changing lives every day. That's the goal here: is change lives every day. All right, it's coming down here. Let's look at the Qs. Qs are still spiking. XLFs very much up. And there's the XLEs. All All right, I'm going to take the rest of this position off the table here at, let's see here. I can always re-enter a play. I'm happy with today's gain so far. Booyah. All right. That's three red candles in a row there. That's the 1 minute chart, though. I don't want to get caught up in that thing. All right, so watch the 8 EMA here. So the 8 EMA is going to come up here, and if it does touch, it might touch right around there, that 418.70-ish level, which is a strong level for the 8 EMA on days like this. So a lot of red candles. A lot of red candles. All right, I'm waiting for a bounce here. If I don't get a bounce, I'm closing the last half of this position. 4 red candles in a row on the 1 minute, and the big old red candle forming on the 5 minute here. XLF. I want to see some strength come back in here. I'm closing this position. Hey, Wem, can you time? Oh, is it too early to quit your day job? I can't decide that for you. I can't decide that for you. Teaching me and the fish is the best. That's right. You can give a man a fish, but you could teach a man to fish. Hold on a second. Interrupted my thought. Yeah, you can give a man a fish and teach him to eat for a day, or he eats for a day. You could teach a man to fish, and eats for a lifetime. Can you tune up your mic some? What about now? How's this? Sorry, my face is a little bit away from there. I've got multiple screens I'm looking at here, so. Mark says, thanks for the great entry exit, 10% on profit, learning to get paid today. Great job, Mark. Thank you very much for the super chat and for the support. I really appreciate that. Awesome stuff, man. I appreciate y'all's support. It's humbling. It's humbling that so many people care about this community so much to support and want to be here every day listening to me and, of course, learning as much as you can. So Benny Adams with the 17% play. I love it. Absolutely fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic job. If you do have a great support based on this trade, please go in and post that in the rooms. If you're still holding that call, be very careful. And please close and open at your own discretion. I'm still holding the last half of these calls at the moment. Do not hold these based on me. Please enter and exit at your own discretion. Cammy's still profiting here. Thank you very much, Cammy. Here every day. I love it. Becoming one of my most trusted people in this room. Thank you very much. Following my plays and always making money. I love it. I love it. All right, got a little more green coming back in here. Good. Makes me happy. It's picking things back up. I like it. I like it. Booyah. Still in the last half of this position. Still got a little green action coming on. What's the Qs doing? Qs are up here. Turning green. Turning green. How do you trade SPY during a flat sideways market? Well, we're pretty much on a flat sideways market, Johnny, right now, so you can see what I'm doing. All right, here. I'm just looking at things here. There could be some downside here. I think I'm going to go ahead and close this at 194. And now it's fluctuating 193. Let's see if I can get 194 out of this. We could get some strength here, but, you know, you never know. I just want to play this part a little conservative. I don't want to get wiped out. And we could be basing for a new high, and that's why I'm going to be watching this. My finger's on the trigger here. The 8 EMA is starting to come up close. It's starting to come up close on the SPY, so we could get a bounce off that 8 and go higher, which is great. Which is great. But I'm very playing this closely. I don't want to give back profits on the last half of this. I want to play this conservatively, especially if we had a fantastic week last week. I want to compound on that. I want to keep the momentum train going, baby. Gravy train with biscuit wheels. All right, yeah, I'm going to take the last half of this at 198. Come on, man. Every time I try to close this out, it drops on me. Okay. Man, my chair is extra creaky. That's why I need a stand-up desk. A lot of good questions being thrown around here. If you got anything else, please throw them at me. Throw them at me. I'm just looking around here. The queue, very much right there. Yeah, glad to see it's just not another day of premium killing. You and me both, man. You and me both. XLF here. Got green coming on the XLF. Definitely trending up. So the VIX right now is currently at 1907. And that's the big thing that is worrying me. Because if that thing spikes, we're going to be out. So we'll see. Chris Daniel contributing to the Scott Stapp Cameo Fund. Awesome. I love it. I love it. If I can give you a high five, I would. In fact, here we go. I just high-fived the computer screen for you. Thanks for being here, Chris. Thank you for the super chat and the support, of course. For those of you who don't know, we have a kind of an inside joke running that I'm going to get one of those Scott Stapp cameos. You can pay for him, and he comes out and does something that's specific to you. It's an inside joke, but I'm absolutely going to do it. 100% guaranteed. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to get Scott Stapp on here because we use that his meme all the time. So it's going to be awesome. Hold on, I got to close my sound. Obviously, you can still hear that stuff, all the crazy sounds here. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. You're welcome, Julie. Thank you very much. Another super chat coming in from Julie. So I love it. I love it. Good stuff. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the support. It's incredible. The growth of this community is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. You know, we hit 2,000 people on YouTube recently. We're about to hit 5,000 in the Discord. We're about to hit 8,000 or 7,000 in the Reddit. So in a month and a half's time, we have gone exponential growth, and I love it. It's absolutely incredible. And I can't wait to see where this thing goes in a year. It's just going to be unbelievable. Still holding from 185. Thanks, Nick. Good stuff. Preston asks, do you ever use the RSI indicator at trading? I did use it at one point for longer term stuff. I don't use it anymore. It's kind of dropped out of my cross check because the shorter time frame stuff, it's not very accurate. Every time I try to rely on it for the shorter time frame stuff, it didn't really work out. It didn't give me a good entry, and I found myself slowly dropping that out of my cross check, especially with the new indicators I've learned in the volume profile and watching volume and price. I don't even care about the RSI anymore. I find myself not even looking at it because the volume and price is so important. And then you tie in a couple of good EMA indicators, and that's all you need, man. That's all you need. Currently basing right up here at this top level. Let's switch over to the SPY. I've been on XLF for a while. And I'm going to put this range right here. This is where we're basing. And let's change that to green, because if we bust that line, you're going to be making a lot of green. Can you take me higher? Someone asked me to sing a little Creed. Yeah, apologize. Hurt your speakers. Yeah, I want some Creed, man. I love Creed anyway, and it's just really cool to if we can get Scott Stapp out here, baby. Cammy with the 14.9% win. Thank you, Cammy. Man, you are on a roll the past week and a half. She is busting out. Or he, I'm sorry. 10 or 15, 20% wins left and right. I love it. 50% wins, 10% wins. Fantastic, Cammy. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, SPY is currently on the rise again. 203 right now are the premiums that we sold, or that we bought, I'm sorry. And this thing's going up. This thing's going up. I'm a girl. Finally, she confirms she's a girl. I like to be aware, of a current, a current society. So I don't want to definitely offend anybody. So thanks, Cami. She's a girl. Awesome stuff. Currently at 203 on the premiums. I ended up with a 6% win. I'll take it. BHE Designs. Thank you very much. If y'all are not tracking, BHE Designs is gracious enough. He makes those custom flags. Wooden flags are absolutely beautiful, absolutely fantastic, and he's gracious enough to create one to send it to us for the OM brand. And y'all will be seeing that on my YouTube videos and on my live streams. That once I put my ugly mug in the picture, you'll have something to focus on that's actually pretty. That's not my face in the background here. So thank you very much, BHE Designs. I believe his name is Robin. Thank him, and please, we'll be looking at his website once he does that. So y'all give a shout out to BHE. Awesome stuff. Viewership Demographic. Absolutely. If you are new to the server, I'll compound on what Nujabez just said there. Please join the Discord. Got a lot of information, a huge wealth of information, more knowledge than you could possibly imagine. I am so jealous for the youngsters and 18, 20 years old in here that have the capability of learning from some of the people that are in the Discord. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. All right, I'm closing half of the rest half of 205 here, and I'll reopen if we get more bullish action. You know what? I'll close 25%. I'll leave 25% in there. My gut just keeps telling me to close. I'm going to close 25% here. We'll see here. You know what? No. Not yet. Not yet. I don't want to close on strength. I want to close on weakness. I don't want to break my rules. Close on weakness, not on strength. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Up, up, up. Let me check around the Discord room here. I missed a little action here talking. Yeah, it is veteran trading from laptops. I hate it. I don't know if you're listening to me, but I hate trading from laptops. Let's see. Currently trading at $2.07. Good stuff. PDT is a factor if you use cash, not margin. That's correct. 22-year-old here in the community. Thanks, Jason. 22 years old. Awesome stuff. Please take advantage of all these resources, man. There are people in the SPY exchange room that are a wealth of information. I can't go 10% today. I'm sorry. Got you, though. Nice, Cammy. Nice. 14%. I love it. Why did you sell now compared to last trend day? I didn't sell. I'm not selling yet. I'm going to sell on weakness. I'm going to sell on weakness. I took the first 10% because I just wanted to take 10% off the table. That locks in my profits. Locks it in. So I'll take my 10% all day long every day, and now I've got the last half riding to go higher. Let that thing climb on up. So currently at 208 on the premiums. Re-entered 421, 154. Thanks, Department of Car Stereo Repair. Awesome stuff. I love it. You know what? If I had a car stereo in need of repair, you'd be the first guy I ask. Good stuff. All right. Hey, OM, why doesn't volume profile show above what seems to be the current price or 419? It's because you're still forming volume at that price. And of course, the volume price indicator is dependent on time frames. So currently we're looking at the 1 day 5-minute chart. So there's not much volume here because we just got there on the 5-minute chart. If you look out, if we go to the 1 minute or the 1 month, I'm sorry, you'll start to see some stuff coming out here. Right here, you see all this volume, this huge 422 where we hung out for a little bit volume right there. So I love it. I love it. Fantastic questions, comments, concerns, man. I love it. Y'all's curiosity is epic. It's epic. 418 people currently watching the live stream. I love it. All-time record today for the YouTube live. I think we hit 420 at one point. Now we're at 418. That's fantastic stuff, man. If it wasn't for that stupid play on Friday afternoon, which honestly, I guess it wasn't a stupid play. I made my play and I lost. I'd be on a pretty good winning streak right now. So I've had, 3 losses in the past few weeks. So things are going very well. We had a very strong week last week. A lot of people made a lot of money. And hopefully we can continue this week. We're starting the week out strong so far. We're currently at $2.10 for the premiums that we bought, up from $1.79. So it's a great win. It's a great win. I love it. I love it. Viking Trader, yet again, coming out with a $9.99, man. You're like Billy Mays. But wait, there's more. $9.99, baby. I love it. Fantastic. Thank you very much for your support on the Super Chat, Viking Trader. I really appreciate it, man. Y'all support blows me away. Me and my wife sit there every night and talk about this, how this has kind of exploded uncontrollably and unexpectedly in the past month and a half, and how grateful we are and how blessed we are that y'all are willing to come out and support the community. So that's all we got. Currently at $2.12. I'm going to take this thing off the table soon. I'm pretty close to it, and I'm just waiting. Next resistance level is up here at the 422 level, and we'll see where this thing goes. I sold it. Bob Lablaw says, I sold at 11%. Jump back in. I'm glad I did. Me too, Bob. Me too. Jonathan says, I'm 34 here. Been learning for the past month from ON. Haven't entered any trades yet. Well, I'm glad you're here. There's nothing wrong with watching and learning, man. Nothing wrong with watching and learning. I'm out now. Thanks, OM. You're welcome, Paul. Thanks for being here, buddy. Hope you made a little bit of money. If y'all are trading these trades and making some money, please post them in the testimonial room. All right. If I can get a fill here at 212, I'm taking it. And I can always re-enter a position. Oh, there's 212. There's 213. What do we got? What do we got? All right, I'm out at 212. Oh, no, it filled me at 211. I'm out at 211. Dang it. That's all right. It's only 1 cent. Who cares? I'm happy with it. Out at 211, and I'll rebuy if we need be. So, post those gains, baby. Yeah, if you made some gains on this, please post those gains here in the testimonial rooms so you can show that you made a little bit of money off of stuff, man. Off stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, just posted my exit. Exit at $2.11 is what I actually got my fill on here. We currently have the position for an 18% gain. Probably will go higher here, but I just want to take those off the table, recage, and then I can re-enter a position if I want to. So that puts the control completely in my hands. There's nothing wrong with taking. This could be a trend day. This could go on a lot higher, and I think it might actually will. But there's nothing wrong with taking control completely in your hands. When you sell a position, you can kind of breathe that sigh of relief. And the whole point of this game is not only monetary profits, it's emotional gains. It's emotional profits. Reducing your stress. And the more control you put in your hands, the more stress you could take off the table. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to look at both sides of the coin, not just monetary. You got to look at the stress side because guess what? Emotions and stress are a massive part of this game. And look at that sell-off. Second on sell. Good stuff. I love it. Juffy coming in with a $1,000 gain on the day. Awesome stuff here. Awesome stuff. Good stuff. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for participating, joining, supporting. Amazing stuff. I love it all day long, baby. Alrighty. Yeah. People are asking about puts. Don't be even taking puts right now. Don't even say the PP word, the P word until we know what's going on here. So do not get in puts. If anything, I'm looking to re-enter calls, not puts. MMA says you're good stuff. If I could send you a beer right now, I would. I don't drink, but I would gladly sit down and have a drink with you. I'd have some water or maybe a cranberry juice. Y'all seen that movie? What's that movie? With Leonardo DiCaprio. Anyway, which says, yeah, I'll have a cranberry juice. And they're like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'll definitely have a drink with you, man. I love it. You know what? I am thinking about in the future having some sort of meet and greet. The Departed. There you go. The Kudo come out with The Departed. Great movie. I am Southern. I don't sound it, but I am Southern at heart. I was born in New York City, but I'm Southern at heart. I've lived here since I was 4 years old, so I've been in the South my entire life. Nightfrog coming out with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Nightfrog, man. You are a constant contributor. I really appreciate it. I hope you made some money today and hanging around, man. It's good stuff. I love you being here. Massive drop incoming, hit that 419 and coming back down. That's why I sold it. I saw this thing starting to level off. I just took the profits off my table. I'll take my 18%. I love it. K's Way, another constant contributor, man. He is awesome. He's rocking it. $3 coming out with the on the K's Way with the super chat. Thank you very much, man. More and more support coming in from the OM community. I really appreciate that. A lot of people making a lot of money today. Again, starting the week out strong with an 18%er after last week's strong week. So thank you very much for being here, man. Awesome stuff. The bonds just started increasing here. Someone just said, I'm checking that's out. That is accurate. VIX is at 1912. It's bottomed out. So be cautious. Be cautious with the bonds increasing and VIX increasing. That could cause a little downside. So just be cautious here. So 34 EMA on 1 minute or 8 EMA on the 5 minute. Yep. So the 5 EMA. Veteran just confirmed that for me. There we go. So I'm going to take out all these lines here because I don't want to confuse everybody. I've actually confused myself. Let's take that out. Let's take this out. Here we go. All right, the red line is the last week's high, and the blue lines are this morning's high-low ranges. Actually, it's not because I don't even know where that is. All right, we'll take that out. So, and we'll put this one back in right here. Nope, there it is right there. And then that's what I did. Okay, yep, that's what I did. Deleted the wrong line. There we go. That's my this morning's range here, right there. And the red line is this morning's high. Good stuff. Shred Flanders says, what was your signal to leave? It turned out to be spot on and perfectly timed. Chef's kiss. I get it. I know exactly what you're saying. Okay, so, when I start to see a couple of bases, and this is just, experience of looking at charts, because this one wasn't necessarily technical, although we did have a little resistance up here at 419-ish area. It wasn't necessarily a technical exit. It's just when I start to see, and this is where experience is coming into place, when I start to see base jump, when I start to see this over and over again, I start to get a little queasy, because at some point it's going to reject and retract a little bit. It may not tank, but it's going to retract a little bit. So when I start to see this red candle forming, it's like, all right, I want to lock my profits. I'm already up almost 20%. Why risk it? Like if you start risking more than 20%, that's the definition of greed in this market, and you're going to get smoked. So the reason why I have such a high win rate, and the reason why I have returns that I do, and the profits that I do, it's because I play it safe. And I have no problem, absolutely no problem, taking 10, 15, 20% profits off the table, even if it sacrifices a 50 to 60% win. Because guess what? I may sacrifice a 50 to 60% win, but I also take off a loss off the table, a reversal to go negative. Or I take off the possibility where it reverses from a 20% gain down to 1% gain. So that is why I play it safe. You know, I get some ridicule for playing it too safe and too conservative, but that is exactly why. And I can always re-enter. You can always re-enter a position. All right, couple of questions coming up in the SPY room. I just kind of want to post in here, jump in here and answer some questions. So yeah, watch the 5-minute 8 EMA on the days like today. The SPY loves to bounce off it like a trampoline. So this thing is bouncing right off of it. It didn't even touch it. It just came down and touched it. So the 8 EMA on the 5-minute chart is beautiful on trend days. Beautiful. Please don't even consider taking profits on this. Like, what's the point? Why risk it? You could scalp a little bit of percentage on a put on a green trend day, but why? Why just take calls? It's a trend day. We're going up, at least a trend morning. We may reverse into the afternoon, but then play puts if we do get a reversal. But now, wait for the confirmation. Like, this is a problem. People play puts trying to time the top. They want to zoom in right here. Let's go to the 1 minute. They want to zoom in on the absolute tightest top of the play right here and buy a put and think it's going to go down. And you may get a little red, but on a trend day, you're going to get smoked. So why not wait for a confirmatory reversal in price? Why not wait for a red candle, then another red candle, and the whole market's starting to reverse? Okay, now I've got the warm and fuzzies to take a put, then I'll take a put. But trying to time the market is a recipe for a disaster. It's an absolute tsunami of risk. All right. I'm a her too. Sorry, Kazway. I apologize. See, I just get wrapped up in because I can't tell from screen names. I apologize. I'll do better. We going back in though? Soon I am. As long as I get a confirmation. I'm glad you're here, Kazway. Thank you very much. Awesome stuff. If I buy again, I'll get a day trade restriction. I have a cash account. I would just read your rules very carefully. I don't want to put you in a position, or you put yourself in a position that you get stuck in a position. If bonds increase, do stocks decrease? That's a loaded question, Dave. It depends on volatility, depends on a couple of different factors, but that's not always true. It's kind of like the VIX and SPY aren't all technically inversely related. Like a lot of people say they are, but that doesn't mean they have to be. The VIX and the SPY can go up at the same time. Is SPY options trading your main job? If yes, how did you get into it? Did you have a different job beforehand? I am still in the military. I'm a pilot in the Air Force. So I do this. Luckily, I'm blessed with I can like work night times and I can trade during the day. And this is what I do, and this is what I love. And I love my job completely. And I love this. So I definitely have a great life going right now, man. So. How do I get into it? I got into this by trading 8 years ago, man. I traded stocks, everything under the sun. Everyone knows my story. And then now here I am, man. I switched to options a couple years back, and here I am. You know, just doing my thing. I narrowed it down to SPY options only because out of simplicity. I don't want to say what I fly, Dave, just because it's, you know, I don't want to, go there. I have to pay attention to my security clearance, so I don't want to be talking too much about what I fly. But yeah, I am an Air Force pilot. We are way outside of the morning high. What is the next confirmation for another call? Volume and price action. SR-22s are beautiful, but my favorite aircraft is a B-1B. Man, the B-1 is a fantastic, beautiful aircraft. I know a couple of crew chiefs that fly that were on those things, man. They're just an awesome aircraft. Recalculate 23%. Nice job, Night Frog. Nice job. What strike would you enter at 421s? You talking about what expiration? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah. Let's see. We're currently 419. I would stick at 421s. Yeah, 421. I don't think, man, 422s would be good. That's a little out there. 422s would be good, yeah. And the expirations, I would probably use the same expirations. I'm still hanging on to my reentry at 421, but it's not going anywhere. That's, yeah, because we're at that, we double topped, and then we're basing here right at this range, and we're forcing a little resistance here. Just watch the market, man, and that's what I'm going to be doing here. QQQ had this little sell-off here. I'm going to switch to the 3-minute, and we're currently back up to the same level. So this level right here is a very important level. If we reject it off over here, me personally, I would definitely can close. Obviously, I already closed mine, but I would definitely close. That's me personally, though. I'm not telling you what to do. I play very conservatively, though, so, you know, it is what it is. Jake asked, what was the reason why he bought calls this morning? Why did he choose to buy calls at the open? Well, we define this as a trend day, Jake. What that means is that we set our lines here. Like I didn't open the position until after we popped through the top. Once I saw this engulfing candle just completely take out the top range of the morning session, it's a bullish sentiment. This thing is going to go up, and I took these positions and we rode it all the way up. So same concept. This is the same concept as that 52% win on Thursday, except this wasn't quite as aggressive. This price action didn't go up quite as much as Thursday. Hope that answers your question, Jake. How do you get the volume chart to the right? All right, if you go into TradingView and you open up your indicators right here, and you just type in VP, you can go down to volume profile from KV4 coins right there. KV4 coins volume profile. You click on that, it'll bring it right up. Money. Yeah, definitely, Cammy. Definitely. It's a nice versatile aircraft. I'm beginning to believe that you are military yourself, Cammy. Is that accurate? You don't have to say. You don't have to say. But all right, Jake says, hi guys, I just joined the channel. What was the reason for bought calls? Oh, sorry, I already answered that. There you go. If you need more clarification on the Jake, let me know, and I'll be happy to throw in there. Nightfrog says, going to my day job, we'll listen in the afternoon for a follow-up session, saving my PDT. Thanks, Nightfrog, for being here. Great gains today. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for being here. Analyzing 5-minute charts, Jake. Yep, absolutely. So here we go. Another thing to watch, I want to kind of cage your thinking right now. It's a good point. Is watch the 8 EMA on the 5-minute chart. On trend days, SPY loves the 8 EMA on the 5-minute, and watch this thing come off. If we break through this 8 EMA, we will see a little downside, not much. You know, maybe some sell-off depending on where it finds support. If it does break through the 8, watch for the 21. If we bounce off the 8, we might see some more bullish action, and we'll start approaching the 420-ish level, at which point I'll consider taking another play. Good stuff, though. Going to need a gravy train biscuit wheel analogy for timing the top with puts on a bullish trend day. You're crazy. All right, I'm just reading through all the chats here in the SPY exchange room. So, all right, getting a little rounding off here at the top level of the SPY, and yeah, so. We will see. We will see. Also, please get off the 1-minute chart. So, 1-minute chart is not good for anybody. SPY volume is sus. Definitely decreasing. Paramedic emergency management. Nice. You and my wife would probably get along. I'm a paramedic. Do lots of emergency management work, so I have a lot of contact with government, military. Good stuff. Well, thank you for your service with the public community, man. Awesome stuff. Every single time I try to close my position, it drops 1 cent below my freaking limit. That was happening to me this morning. Like every time I went to hit the sell button, it just dropped a few cents. And like, you know what? That's funny because that's where your ego comes into play. It's like, I want that 213. I want it. But it's at 211 or 212 and you miss it and then it drops 50 points. That's your ego talking. So, you know, if you're happy with position, is there really that big of a difference between 213 and 212? That's why I just went ahead and closed it. So... Man, a lot of people pouring into the Patreon this morning stuff. I love it. It's absolutely amazing here. Just y'all coming in and supporting the community is amazing, dude. Between that and the super chats, it's incredible. So, yeah, I just kind of want to go over what you do, what that does get you, because it's not, you know, you are supporting, but definitely there are some perks to that. So if you do join the Tier 1 Patreon, the big thing is that you get, of course, all the patrons get access to the podcasts coming out here in June. So it's just going to be a podcast of me going over everything financial related, from personal finance all the way to investing and everything, my experiences, and passing all my knowledge on to you. So be on the lookout for that. I'm also going to be having some subject matter experts that are pulled around from basically right now from our community to talk. So it's going to be really cool. 30-minute segments, 1 to 2 episodes a week. It's going to be really cool. And the Tier 1 Patreon will get you access to that. Tier 2 bumps it up a little bit, man. You get 10% of all merchandise. And then eventually I'm going to be rolling out some Patreon-only live streams. That's only 1 day a week that you'll get access to. You get, you know, the pre-market Patreon-only chats. And, some personal finance coaching. If you have any questions about personal finance, you get some time allotted for me to help you with that stuff. So a lot of cool stuff. Just little knickknacks to say thank you for supporting the community. It's just not blind support. You know, you are getting some things in return that I'm helping you with. And I'm going to continue to make that more and more robust as I think of more stuff and as I allocate more time to that stuff. So a lot of cool stuff coming out here as well. And the course is Tier 3, which is the big supporters. We've got 4 or 5 of these now. The Tier 3 supporters, you get 2 one-on-one meetings every month with me. And, right now it's over the phone. You can do face chat. We can do FaceTimes and all that stuff. And eventually, I'm thinking if you are local, we'll do face-to-face meetings. I don't know. So it's cool stuff. Just be aware I do have a wife. And so females, she'll probably have to tag along with me if we do face-to-face meetings. So just cool stuff here. So a lot of cool perks with the Patreon. You're not just doing blind support. You are getting something in return. So thank you for your support either way. It's awesome stuff. I'm busting my butt to make this community as best as I possibly can. So thanks, Joe. Appreciate the new Patreon subscriber. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. I actually see that in there. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate your support. A little bit of downside coming here in SPY. A little bit of red. Let's take a look around the market. So we're approaching the 8 EMA on the 5-minute chart. Let's see what happens. SPY is currently right on the 8 EMA. Retrace back to 418.8. Don't you steal my husband, Mrs. OM. Yeah, it's funny, Zenrock. No, it's just being respectful of her, That's just, you just don't want to even go there. So I have no problem meeting with females face to face, but she'll definitely be there for sure. Especially in the military, man, they tell you Perception is reality. So you always have to control your perceptions as well as actual reality. SPY, the ego crusher. You're right, man. SPY will crush your ego. So. Keep up on the sharp training. No, we got that too. We have our own version of that. Good stuff, Nick. I know exactly what you're talking about. So, where is local? I'll just say Southeast United States for now. So, got out of that 420 position for small loss. So. Yeah, just gotta be careful with that one. Department of Car State Repair. You know, this was SARC training. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. In at 168, out at 207. Can't wait to get my count above 25. Me too, Mark. Me too. I want an influx, just a massive influx of people busting that $25,000 limit. You know, if they can get above that, man, we could roll. Man, we could roll. I love it. Does this technical setup work for longer swings, or would you use it for a different setup? It does work for longer swings. Obviously, the EMA stuff, you have to zoom out on time frames. You just have to zoom out 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. You have to be very, very diligent. And then, of course, your market awareness has to be spot on. Has to be spot on. Man, people are playing puts in here as if it were a range day. This is a trend day, man. Just wait it out. If it is time to take puts, it'll be very obvious. So do not gamble. How do you know when to use a 3 and 5 minute? I see a lot of bounces from the 3 and the 5, 3 minute EMA, none of the 5. Well, because the 5 minute EMA is going to give you a little bit more trend analysis. The 3 is obviously what it is, a 3 minute. The longer time frames you do, the more trends you're going to see. The 1, I mean, it bounces all over the place. Look at this. It's like blasting through the EMAs. It's hard to figure out eventually what's going on because this looks incredibly bearish. If I saw this on the 5 minute chart, I'm starting to look at puts because your EMAs are crossing over. Everything looks pinched down in here. You're breaking down the trend. That's why you got to zoom out. This tells you the trend. Now the 3 is starting to roll over a little bit. The 3 popped through the 8 EMA, and the 5 minute. It doesn't look so bearish because this is showing you the overall trend. Now the squeeze momentum indicator is starting to cool off here a little bit. We might actually see a black cross down here if we do continue to get a little downside. But we're right on the 8 EMA. So things right now are still status quo. On trend day, what would signal a total reversal for you? A reshuffle of the EMAs. A lot of red starting to come out in the market. I would look at specific sectors like XLF and the Q. If both of those are starting to turn red, that's a reversal. Look at the VIX. If we see an upward increasing VIX, that's going to put some pressure on the SPY. So volatility is going to come into play. The bonds is one way to look at it. From a chart analysis standpoint, the reshuffling of the EMAs is a big one. Which what that means is right now, this is bullish, which means your lower period goes to higher period. 8, 21, 34. These are your periods. When they shuffle, which means the 8 comes to the bottom, 34 is on top. That's bearish. That means everything's pointing downward. So that would be a complete reversal in a sum. And that's when I would start, okay, it's time to start looking at puts. Since a ton of people are saying buy puts, when do you know when to buy puts? During a market reversal. Right now, I don't like scalping puts on a trend day. I could scalp puts all day long on a range day where this thing is bouncing in between the range. But on a trend day, why risk it? Look, right now, you're stuck here. and you're going to get smoked on theta. So why not just wait until this thing rebounds, buy calls, and wait? Why? So now this thing could tank, but wait for the tank, then buy puts. Don't try to time puts on a trend day. It's a great way to lose money. It's a great way to lose money. Have you followed John Carter? He uses 82134. That's a lot of. I've read a lot about John Carter. Yep, I have, and part of the reason I use 8 and 21s. But a long time ago, a lot of guys I learned from showed me those, and they've been spot on. I just don't see any reason to change up those EMAs. They work very well for me. The moderator's working hard to trim up the SPY rooms and handle all the huge influx, man. So give a lot of thanks to the moderators, dude. They're killing it. Luca, Howard, all those guys, Funky, a lot more. So just please be aware. Those guys are working digital and women working very hard to trim this thing up and make this as good as it is. How'd you set up your screen on TradingView? That's the next video I'm going to make, Brent. What questions do you have specifically? So right now, I go to the indicators here and I do exponential moving average. So right here, moving average exponential. I'll do that 3 times for the 34, the EM, the 8, and the 21. And you just change the observations. You change 34, 8, and 21. The pivots is pivots HL. You just search for those and pop them up. And then that's the way it goes, man. Other than that, I haven't customized anything other than that. I changed it. Obviously, I changed it to dark mode. I don't like the light stuff. I like the dark. It's a little easier on the eyes. So yeah, but I'm definitely going to be doing a video about that soon because a lot of people are asking there. If y'all do have TradingView and you want to join TradingView and actually sign up for a hold on, I'm doing something here and sign up for a plan yourself, please use my link and code. That'll get you some money off of your account there. We both benefit from that. You get your thing. You get some resources from signing up using my code. I'd appreciate that. Good job, mods. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, but thanks, Average Joe. Do you have to have Pro version to get the screen that way? You have to have I have Pro Plus because I think you scale up in like the number of indicators you can use. So the level one you only get like the first one you only get like 3 indicators, I think. This one you get up to 10, I believe, which is just fine for me. And the one after that is quite a lot. So I do not use the later one because I just don't need it. I'm not one that uses light indicators. I don't like writing stuff all over my charts. How much is too much to risk? Is a percent of your account or whatever you're comfortable with? I mean, it's all based on, see, look at that big old green candle on the SPY. So I'm about ready to enter some calls here. I think we're going to get a bounce soon. It's all based on your level of risk tolerance. So you have to use a position size that's commensurate with your level of risk. If you are a guy that is not risky at all and you get very queasy with price fluctuations and you take a too big a position size, you're going to be freaking out. There's two sides to this coin too. One, when you take a position, you're going to be all over the place in emotions. Every little fluctuation, every little candle, you're going to be freaking out. You're going to be sweating it. Your heart rate is going to be racing. You're going to take positions. You're going to cut profits way too short, or you're going to let losses run because you want to bounce and you want to get your money back and all this stuff. It's going to bring in a whole plethora of emotions. On the other side, you're going to miss entries. You're not going to want to hit the buy button even on good setups because you're afraid. You're scared to put that money into play. You're going to double check yourself, double pump. So it's going to be bad. So in addition to the obvious monetary risks of using too big a position size, it wreaks havoc on your emotions. And like 90% of this game is controlling your emotions. Remember, this is a long-term game. Nobody wants to come in here and trade for 2 months and walk away. They want to do this forever because the ultimate goal is to become financially free. And the only way to become financially free is to learn how to do this long-term. And you have to control your emotions if you want to do this long-term because you'll burn yourself out. I promise you. You'll burn yourself out. Even doing this right, controlling emotions, you'll still face some burnout eventually because this takes a lot of mental capability. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. I promise you, at least do it while you're learning. Use small position sizes until you learn this game so you can learn how to jump in and out of positions, how to manipulate the market without having to use your emotions. Your emotions will destroy you. And not enough traders talk about this. Everyone wants the crystal ball. Everybody wants the golden bullet of the chart. Like they want something tangible they can see that's going to give them an edge. But honestly, your edge is in your mind. It's the 6 inches between your ears. The chart is coming next. If you can't control your emotions, you could literally have a crystal ball in front of you and you're not going to make money because you can't control your emotions. Control your emotions, then learn the charts or do them at the same time. Anyway, I'm about to enter some calls here. This thing is increasing here. If it pops through the top range, which I'm looking there, if it pops through this little resistance point we have here, I will look at taking some calls. So I'm still looking at 28s, the 26s. Let's see here. Come down here, come down here, come down here, come down here. 26, 28. Yeah, I'm going to do the May 28th, 421 calls. They are currently trading for $1.54 a piece. Thanks, Marcel. You're welcome. Do you watch the tape on another screen? I watched, the options chain, and I watched E-Trade on another screen on my laptop. That's where I do my executions, and then I do all my stuff here. So, yeah, I'm watching pretty much everything. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, making stuff on your own, you're going to have more confidence. Because even, I'm very confident in my setup. Like, I have a very good system, but even you following my system, you're going to have a little less confidence in it because it's my system, not yours. So that's why I'm preaching. Like, I want you all to form your own strategies and opinions and kind of just use mine as a basis, use my experience as a basis and form your own, because you're not going to have the confidence that I do in my system because it's my system. It's just our human nature, trusting other people. So you entered when it breaks previous high or when you wait a little bit. So I want it to break previous high under volume. Like I just don't want it to kind of like peter up here and then just go pa and falls down. I want this to come up with aggression, pop through there under volume. That gives us that, okay, we have the momentum. Ride that momentum up. That's the smart way to do it. Let it ride through that previous high, because I guarantee you if it pops previous highs on momentum, we'll go to 421. This is why I'm saying, why play puts on a trend on an upward trend day? At least not until there's confirmation. There you go, Julie. Yep, exactly how you do it. Use my laptop for the trades. I've got my little wireless mouse. I've got two mouses right beside each other, two wireless mouses. The right one is for my laptop, and the left one is for what you're seeing here. Would you hop in a new position or just average up in the one you're in? I'm not in any position right now, Doug. I closed out my position. I closed out the calls we did this morning for that 18% gain. Oh, you're talking about you. Okay. I mean, me personally, I will definitely buy in. I'll average up a position all day long. If there's a strong position, average up. I'll never ever average down. But average up makes a lot more sense than averaging down. You know, if I have a winning position that looks great, average up, man. Double down on that position and make more money. Averaging down is an awful idea. Why add to a losing position? I mean, yeah, you're going to be right sometimes. You're going to make your money back a lot quicker, but there's a reason why your position is a losing position. And this is all about the long-term gain. Don't think about the single day game. Think about the long-term gain. Over the course of your entire career, if a position goes negative 30% on you, 9 times, or let's say 7 times out of 10, there's a reason why it's down 30%. Either it's an improper entry or the market just turned on you. Can you use a squeeze Momo for looking at daily charts? Yeah, you can. You just have to be aware that you may miss an entry. It may delay you an entry and you may miss it because it's a lagging indicator. Jarsanova, good question. Can you give a quick rundown on your chart indicators in order of priority? Absolutely. My number one favorite indicator is the volume profile. Number one. Because it shows you the volume at specific prices. It shows you where the price are going to pivot from. It's a good indication of, hey, if I look out to those 6 months and I see, okay, if I see this massive shelf of volume at the 415 level, I can pretty much bet if the price tanks, we're going to have some sort of at least a level off or a bounce off that 415 level. So looking at these price volumes, like down here at 412, which we know is a key level. If you look at these volume levels, it's going to give you a good indication where prices are going to pivot. It's not magic. You're not picking a number out of thin air. You're looking at the volume profile. You're looking at where the levels in the volume tells you, because having a large volume at a certain price is very telling, because it's telling you where the market is telling you. The market wants to tell you information. It's like, hey, look at me. Pay attention to me. All you got to do is look. Instead of looking at stupid patterns, drawing a bunch of triangles all over your crap. The market doesn't care about your triangles. The market cares about volume. The market cares about where the market wants it to be. The market will price in the shelves. So you're gonna trigger pattern traders. I know. It drives me nuts, man. Like, especially before I did this, like I searched Twitter a lot, just kind of see what sentiment is on some higher profile traders, and it's like these guys are arguing back and forth. No, it's a bear pattern, it's a bull pattern, it's a double diamond, it's a triple reverse top with ice cream on top pattern. It's like, what are you talking about? Do you really think the best traders in the world are sitting there drawing triangles on their charts, figuring out where to buy? No, they're not. So why not do what the big guys are doing? And they look at volume and price. All right. Let's go back to the one-day chart here, and I'll finish answering your question. I just want to really take a look at the different volumes here, the different price actions. Switching over to the 5-minute on the SPY, currently top of the range here. So the blue lines are this morning ranges. It's the morning range price. The orange line is just where we're at now. That's just a visual indication. It's just nothing more to cage my eyes. And okay, we're popping that line. So I'm going to come right here. I'm going to make this 2-point line, make it a little thinner. Right here. So got a little volume coming on the profile, 419-ish level, and right about here. So we're just waiting. Hey, OM, when is a volume price video coming out? That's a good idea. volume price indicator. So I've got that on my to-do list for sure, and it'll be out soon. My goal is to release 3 new educational videos this week. So that's the goal. Buy in with meh. Yeah, you don't want to buy in with meh. Or did you say buy in with me? KV4 coins. That's right, Johnny. Be good. KV4 coins. Good that I draw circles. You're silly. Quote of the day: the market doesn't care about your stupid triangles. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. I have a question about Theta Bleed. So my call has 0.2 Theta, which means every day my contract will lose 20 cents automatically. What time of day does it actually drop? So the last part of the day is when it actually really accelerates. It starts to really tank. So you have to look at it as a per day scenario, which, yeah, so just throw that in there with time of day. So just one thing I want to add, that's a per day rate. So theoretically, if it's a 0.2, you're losing 20 cents a day there. So, the later half of the day, especially those 0 DTEs, if you're talking short DTEs, it's really gonna devalue in the last half of the day. So that's why it's a particular reason why I don't trade those 0 DTEs. If you buy a 0 DTE in the morning and then it doesn't go your way that last afternoon, you're just gonna get clobbered, super clobbered. I would like you to come back in the afternoon for a session. Definitely, Night Frog. Definitely. Since volume and price are so important, what are your thoughts on VWAP? I do like VWAP. In fact, I've got it on my E-Trade account. It switches to my right. I don't have it here because I think there's too many lines. I don't want to have 10 lines on my account on my trading view. So VWAP is important. After the morning session, it really kind of drops out of my cross check because it's an average pricing. So it kind of like peanut butter spreads, levels off, and doesn't even approach the price anymore. But anyway, going back to the price real quick, we got a big green candle on the 1 minute and the 3 minute, 5 minute here. So I'm getting ready to take some new calls here, because we're breaking through on some Momo, and I want to see follow through on this. All right, I'm just watching here, looking around. Bull flag, yep. All right. Have you ever considered donating your money to charity instead of gambling on 0 DTEs? Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Still holding my $1.97 entry. Nicely done. Nicely done. So I'm just looking around the market right here. Let's take a look at Q. Look at that. Look at that. Q's bouncing. Get a little red candle, green candle. Now, what did I tell you about the 5-minute the ADMA? What did I tell you? It's bouncing right off, right up. So almost, Joseph Schnitzel, almost. So what the reason why? Because we did pop the top of that range, which I am looking for, but you want to pop it through momentum. So what I would rather do. All right, look at this. Look at this as a. Let me see if I got a shape. Hold on a second here. Okay, look at this right here. All right, see that little green, blue arrow? So this past range, we popped above the morning range, and then we had a follow on with a big old green candle. And this is where I bought it, because this is where you want to get the carry through, the confirmation, the confidence. You want to buy here, not here. Buy here, where this price breaks the top of the previous price range, the previous session, which is on the 5-minute. You got the 5-minute candle. So the second that this candle pops the top of here is when you want to start looking bullish. All right, I want to end up position here, not here. Here you may get rejected. Here there's follow through. You may get this. And look, even if you are some wrong, you may get momentum if you're quick on it. So you could buy here, ride it up to here, and then sell it if it does reverse. But you ride the momentum. Don't buy here, just like here. You don't want to buy right here. Wait for this candle to come up and get some price action, some momentum coming up here. Because right now we're facing red and green candles. It doesn't want to quite bust through. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. I'm missing a lot of questions in here. Let's take a look. Let me take a look. What about a video on how you set up your charts and equipment and why? Most people are new and why. Yeah, okay. Setup and why. All right, I'll throw the why in there. Cool. Does theta decay my option by the minute if I'm trading it? I mean, you have to look at it. The number you see is a per day number. I mean, I guess it will decay by the minute on your shorter time frames technically, but just please be aware that that is a per day rate. Why not go for contract in between 0 DT and the week out DTs, like 2-day? I do sometimes. It all depends on volatility. If I think there's going to be a volatile move, I'll take smaller positions on a shorter DTE to utilize some of that volatility, get a bigger gain. Last 30 minutes a day will adjust for theta because it's praying for the 17.5 hours of closed market. There you go. That's a good definition, Papa Phil. Close at 2 at 213, bought at 2. Well done, Cammy. Nice little 13-cent gain there. What is that, 5%? I'm still holding into my 1.97 entry. Cool. Internal debate on whether or not calls here will be FOMO. It's not FOMO. You just want to wait for confirmation. I mean, this is a strong market. We're at 419.50. If we pop the top of this range, we'll probably start approaching all-time highs this week. So if you really want to wait for follow through, look, we bounced off it once, twice. We're kind of trending here a third time. Wait for confirmation to pop this thing through. It's not FOMO if it's a good entry. Here's the thing. Even if you are wrong and lose money, be able to tell yourself why you took that position other than that's what I thought it would do. I have no problem taking a loss on a position that was a good setup. Just the market just didn't go your way. It happens. It's part of the game. And I'm not upset about that. What I do get upset when I just take a stupid play. It's like, all right, you just lost money on a dumb play because you're being emotional. So you Dr. Phil that position. I like to take profit on half my position around 8 and set my stop loss for buy-in. I like that, Adam. Good strategy. When do you know when to sell an option or wait? I have some options expiring this Friday. Not sure if I should or shouldn't. It all depends on you, man. It's all about your success and your setup and your strategy and your research. If you have reason to believe that position is going to go positive by the end of the week, then hold on to it. If you're down 40%, cut that baby loose, man. There's no point in riding a losing position. So, plus you'll sleep later at night. Every time I held in the past that I held a losing position that was big red, like overnight, I couldn't sleep. Like that's all I could think about. I'd wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, check my phone for news. Wake up at 5 o'clock, try to check the early market hours, and then like if it was even more red, I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep. And screw that, man. Just get out of position, sleep better, and then focus your energy on finding a proper setup. What are your thoughts on Dr. Phil? He's great, I guess. I use him as a metaphor for using feelings to enter a position. That's it. Yeah, Young Wits, he says, I had nightmares and was stressed out if I hold overnight, man. Literally, like back in the day when I did that stuff, I could wake up, my eyes would open at 4:35 in the morning, and the first thing I would do is grab my phone, check E-Trade. Oh no, it's down even more. I'm going to lose even more money. And then like my heart starts racing. I can't go back to sleep. My whole day is ruined. I start my day off in a stressful mode. It's like, man, forget all that. So anyway, here we go. SPY is dropping back down below the range. Starting to get this little flattened out session. We're approaching the morning sessions. And here we are. I'm going to switch back to SPY here. Let's go back to the 5. And boom. Puts taking over on Titan Flow. Yep. In fact, I need to update the Titan Flow. That's a good idea. Isn't this a good entry since it's been respecting the 8 of the 8 EMA? Yeah. Well, yeah, because what it is, it's starting to get pinched in between here, between the top range and the 8. It's consolidating tightly. So, but what I don't want to do is, I don't want to just blindly make a call here because I think it's going to go up. I want to wait for that confirmatory follow through. And once I get that, then I'll enter a call. So currently have $28 million on the red on puts and $22 million on the calls. So yeah. I just heard my Fox video go off. Can you remind me what the Italian pinch is? Sorry, that cracks me up. All right, so I don't really see it right now. Let me see if I can find one. I'll show you. All right. Yeah, I don't see one right now. It's basically the convergence of the EMH, the 8 and 21. It kind of looks like when Italian kind of talks with their hands, that you do like they do that, the motion with their hands. It's just something I made up off the cuff a couple of weeks ago, and it caught on. People liked it. So like this, I would call this like an Italian pinch, or I don't know. And I'm partially Italian, so I can use that. So like right here would be one. But the 8 and 21 kind of has that little forearm pinch right there. Anyway, yeah, there you go. It's on the Discord. Just a goofy little thing. All right. Yep, line is holding strong. So now let's go back and look at Thursday. Let's see when did it actually break the 8 on Thursday, because I know Thursday was a trend day. And got a little lag here. Okay. There we go. That was throwing me off. I had my pre-market hours off. All right, so we didn't actually pop the 8 until 11 o'clock, so we're almost there, about 15 minutes away. We rode the 8 all the way up, and we finally popped through. And then, of course, it came down a little bit, and then we continued on upward. So just watch it. We could be getting near that area. That's why I don't want to take calls right here, because this is an iffy area. We're kind of in that transition to lunch, the afternoon session. Do we base and go higher? Do we pop down? If this thing continues doing this, you never know. I'm definitely open to puts. I just do it on confirmation. I don't do it trying to say, oh, it's too high, I think it's going to roll, and buy puts. You have to wait for confirmation. Do you like ketchup on your pasta? Are you kidding me? I assume that's a tongue-in-cheek question as opposed to crappy sauce on pasta, because I am partially Italian. No, I use very, very good pasta. In fact, I make my own sauce. So what I call it actually a gravy. So most Italians know, or people from the north in general, that if you make a sauce and you put the meat in there, you got your pork, you got your veal, you let that simmer all day, that's called gravy, baby. Gravy. I'm very much Southern, though. Oh, here we go. Hold on a second. We got a little volume coming in here, close to taking some calls. $1.64, May 28th, 421 calls. You are definitely right, Winston Caldwell. You are absolutely right. It will humble you in a second. And that green candle immediately got sold off. So XLF is kind of trending sideways, upish type little upward diagonal level. SPY on the 5 had a big old green candle, but immediately got sold off. So as soon as I sold my 420 call that I rebought the 2.0, well, that green candle immediately got sold off, Cammy. That's not necessarily a good idea. It's not necessarily a good sign just yet. So let's just take a look. There's no volume at all. Yeah, you're right. I mean, let's look at this right here. So right here, I mean, I won't do the morning candle, but all morning long we've just been decreasing volume. We have no volume at all. So we could have this little melt up thing, but that green candle got immediately sold off. I'm in California, can't really get veal. Oh, interesting. Didn't know that. I'm guessing you don't like to follow market internals intraday too as much. I do, every now and then. I'm from New Jersey and we call it gravy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. You knows what I'm talking about. When are you going to reveal your secret recipe for your Italian gravy? Never. Never. That's my grandmother's, man. My grandmother passed it down. My grandmother's from Puerto Rico. My grandfather's from Italy. They moved to New York, both at young ages, and I both met there. And yeah, so I'm a little bit of a mutt. And here I am living in the South. I look German because my mom's side of the family is German, so I very much look German. I don't look Italian or Puerto Rican. But yeah, man, I know how to cook, man. My family taught me how to cook. It's gravy. I'm from New York City. Great job, Brent. I love it. Thanks. Calls on gravy, baby. Anyway, yeah, so now we're still waiting, and we're currently at the top of this range, trending up. I've got my finger right on the buy button for these May 28th, 421 calls. Trade living in Puerto Rico. Nice, Jose. Awesome stuff. That's my grandmother's from, man. My most favorite person in the world was prior to my family now was my grandmother. She's very much Puerto Rican, little 4'10" Puerto Rican lady. Man, she had a personality. So since passed. Macaroni with gravy. Yep. Love it. All right, so we have this little shake and bake. We got faked out. Big old green candle. Immediately sold off. Now a little red candle forming as well. What does it want to do? Do we finally get that pop in the ADMA? I buy limit orders. Limit orders. I don't buy a market. There you go, Moonlight. There you go. It's 8:45 a.m. Pacific time, and I'm hungry for pasta with gravy. Me too, Bob. I'm always hungry for pasta. Unfortunately, I can't eat it too often because it doesn't go along the line with my fitness too much. But man, do I love it! Like right now, the first thing I do I have a big garden I plant because I love planting gardens. I think they're key for teaching your kids responsibility and basically how to grow, how to manipulate something, how to foster and care for a garden is awesome. So one of the first things I plant, I have 9 tomato plants out there in my big garden, and 3 of them are San Marzano tomato plants, and all of those plants are going straight into making my own sauce, into gravy, and I can't wait. It's my favorite time of year, man, is turning those San Marzano tomatoes into gravy. Calls are now referred to as a gravy train. I can get on board with that. Are you at the point doing this full time, or do you have a service commitment? I do have a service commitment. Not to mention, I absolutely love what I do. I do have a service commitment. So, fortunately, it's mostly afternoons and nights, so it allows me to trade during the day. And I've been very blessed of being very good at both things I do. So, I'm playing with a $200 account. Awesome. Well, let's build that to a $25,000 account. I have 2 San Mars. Yeah, nice, Emily. I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful tomato, man. I love it. It's a beautiful plant. It's a beautiful tomato. Not to mention, I just love the smell of tomato plants. Like when you go out there and play with it and you get the tomato smell in your hands. I just love the smell. It's amazing. It reminds me of my grandmother. My grandmother grew up doing that. I used to go over there and help her, and I remember my hands would smell like tomato plants. So now I just love it. All right, here we go. All right, so some little more red forming here, and I'm almost to the point. If we see a bounce off this, I think we're going to go higher. Can you be my dad? Blight Vanderbilt, you're funny. Oh, big old red candle. Finally pops the 8. 10 minutes earlier than last week. Look at that. It was almost identical. Last week we did it right at 11 o'clock. We popped through the ADMA. We finally do it at 10:51 my time. So 9 minutes shorter. It's funny how that works, but you know what? We got to bounce, and we will continue to climb. So, all right. Hey, let's talk about fried green tomatoes. Fried green tomatoes. We'll change it to Jason it off. We'll change it to green tomatoes since red brought the market down. Okay. All right, so if I see any strength here, I'm buying back into these calls to take this thing baby back up. Any advice on how to avoid being tagged as a pattern day trader? Man, I get that question a lot. I need to get that question a lot here. So you need to get a cash account. I don't want to necessarily use the term avoid being a pattern day trader. I just don't want you to get popped as one. So, there's several different avenues you can go with. I think the most primary one is get one of the brokers that offers a cash account where you can trade options. I believe that's the case. Don't have too much familiarity with that. So it works until it doesn't. All right, so we got a little weakness coming in here. Green candle selling off. Let's go back to the 3 and just look at the 3. I'm going to hang out here for a little bit. And yeah, we had a little red, and selling off now. And I'm going to buy this dip, I believe. This little weakness. Currently at $1.50. And good stuff. Currently trading $1.50 each. I've got my calls loaded up here and ready to buy on any signs of any strength off this bounce. We currently popped through the 8, right on the 21, and I expect a little morning weakness here, right here, once we pop through the 8. Not until then. And now I'm just waiting for a little bit of strength to come back in and buy this. Days like today are when I'm tempted to sell strangle and theta workout. Man, I'm with you on that one. Once you hit that morning range and let the volatility come out of it, you sell that strangle. I completely agree with you, dude. All right. Let's look at the Q. Let's see what it's doing. Red right here. Let's look at XLF. Little sell off there on the XL, and then the E's there too. So, what's volatility doing? Let's take a look at the bonds. I'm sorry, 18.9 on VIX. Still dropping on the VIX. Currently down almost 6% on the VIX. All right, here we go. Here's the 3 minute. That's the TLTs. The bonds are coming down. XLF, same thing, but a little green coming in. QQQ, still bouncing off that. I hate saying QQQ. It's just that it's not like a attractive letter to say. I hate saying that. Anyway, here we go. What is the strike price and date? I'm looking at the May 28th 421 calls, currently trading $1.50 up cents each, $1.50. 48, fluctuating back and forth, Triple Q, there you go. That's a way to say it. A lot sexier. The Qs. Here we go. It's called Cool Cool Cool. All right. Thanks, Luca. Anyway. Still a little red. Any strength coming back into here, I'm smashing the buy, baby. Smashing the buy. Not able to trade options. What's that, Buck? Oh, okay. You're talking to somebody else, not me. I was like, oh, I thought you made some money. Okay. Everything's squeezing the 5. Yep. Red candle completely rejected. May 28th, 421s, Jake. I'm currently at $1.49 on this premiums here. I don't really like to pick a target limit. It's all about where I think the bounce is going to come or where it's showing me it's going to come. So currently, let's go to the 5. What's going on here? Got a little lag going on right there. All right, hold on. Booyah, booyah. There we go. There's a 5-minute chart. Looks like it's a perfect downward trend. Yeah, it is. It's trending downward slightly, but I'm just waiting for the bounce to strengthen to this. So it's where you all think this thing is going. A lot of red candles coming in on this one, though. I like it. Let me buy the weakness. Make these premiums nice and cheap, baby. I'll buy it up. I will have a couple thousand cash allocated for my option trading, but I have a 25,000 long-term stock so I don't get flagged. Cool. Nice. Department of Car Stereo Repair. Good stuff. Good stuff. So about another 15, 20, 30 minutes, I'm going to hop off here. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. Got a couple of meetings I got to catch up with, merchandise, and a couple of things. Plus, I get a little lunch, get up, stretch my legs. It's healthy to get away from the computer for a little bit. Makes me a better trader, makes me a better trader for you. So about another 15, 20, 30 minutes, I'm going to hop off here. So. All right, so here's what I'm looking at right here. I want to show you guys the volume profile and a kind of good way to use this effectively. So here's the top line of the 4922. That's right about there, and that's going to be the volume profile, max range of that line. So let's change this color to, I don't know, let's do pink. No, I don't want to confuse y'all, so let's change that again because I'm going to explain something else here too. Let's do purple. So purple is this max range of this little profile indicator here. And that's showing right there. And look, it's showing amazing support right there. This pink line is called the point of control, which is the max support of this entire time frame for the volume profile. So right here at this 415.36, if we drop down here, which, you know, whatever, you would see a little support right here. You would see some price fluctuation right there. Pivot right off that point. All right, let's look at the Qs here. 5 minute Q is starting to climb. If we launch off the 8 here on the Q, it'll bring SPY with it. Let's look at the XLF. Not another large reversal here. All right. Yes, Mark, thank you very much. If you are watching this channel for the first time, please like the video, subscribe to the channel here. You got a lot of cool stuff coming out. It does support me, of course. I love doing everything I do to bring out content for y'all to learn. It makes me happy, not only when y'all make money, but when y'all learn something. If you can learn something, how to do this long term, and forget about the crap that you learn on Reddit, ironically, because you found me on Reddit. But if you can forget all the crap you learn on Reddit about YOLOing and 30% gains all the time and getting rich overnight, it's just not going to happen. Y'all have to realize GameStop was a once in a lifetime thing. You will never see that again. Never. So I just want y'all to put that out of your mind and learn how to do this properly and come back to reality and do what I'm doing, because it's working really well. It's treating me well. It's giving me the life I've never dreamed of. A life I definitely don't deserve. So I appreciate y'all being here. Get rich slow. That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it. Am I streaming on Twitch? I would only consider streaming on Twitch if I could co-stream Twitch and YouTube. I don't know if that's even possible, but that's the only way I would consider doing it. Just because Twitch, I like the YouTube platform better, and I want to stick to YouTube. I like the professionalism and just the interface as well. So that's why overall why I want to go with Twitch. Am I loading up on puts here or calls? I'll be taking calls once I get the confirmation that we got strength, which is pretty close. Pretty close. So we bounced right off the volume profile, which is why I use it. All right, Twitch does allow it as long as you're not partnering with them. I see that. I see. Okay. I hope it's not rude to ask, but how old are you? I am 35 years old. 35. I sound 50. Do I sound 50? I guess I'll take that as a compliment. How long did it take you to realize you were becoming a profitable trader? About my 4th year of trading. In between my 3rd and 4th years, when I finally started making real money, I finally started realizing, hey, if I actually do this right, I can do it. Now, I made money before then, but to the point where it's consistent enough to me actually realistically think about that I can do this like for a living, it was about 3 or 4 years into it. Can you give us a little rant about DFV? I don't want to get into it, man. I think the guy's I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into a DFV, you know. He made a fantastic trade. He saw something that nobody else saw in GameStop, and it paid off hugely for him, and then he let it all wash away. So, that's all I'll say about that. I went in at 420 for 200. Nice. Or $2. Nice, nice, nice. I'm 25 in 10 days. I'm closer to 30 than 20. And my ER girlfriend tells me mentally it's all downhill and decay from that point. Nah, absolutely not, man. You know, of course, I'm big into fitness. And I think fitness is the key to the fountain of youth. I think muscular endurance, muscular strength, and fitness is the key to not only the fountain of youth, but your brain as well, your mental capacity. So sharpens you up. So as long as you stay on top of that, man, life to me, the longer I get in life, the better my life gets. It just keeps getting better and better, both financially, emotionally, spiritually. I've got an amazing family. So it's you just got to work hard, man. It's a lot of hard work. Never stop working. My wife is also an ER nurse, so she's the director of a couple of ERs. So she was an ER nurse for many, many years, and then yeah, now she's directing 3 ERs. She's a boss. She's a killer. A regular young Buffett. I wouldn't say that. Until I hit the $1 billion mark, I wouldn't call that. Yeah, he did. Yeah, DFE definitely did. Definitely did. What about cardio? Absolutely cardio. Yeah, you got to have cardio, man. Strengthen that heart up. It's part of it, dude. That's why I get up every morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I do my runs. You got to get the fitness in. Yep, less decay on further DT options. That's right. That's right. Competitive lifting in high school, getting back into now. Weigh in at 141 bench max, 240, squat 265. Nice. Very cool. Get in the double club, baby. Yeah. What do I think about leaps? I don't really have an opinion on leaps. Put on some David Goggins, man. One of the favorite books I ever read. It's actually sitting 2.5 feet away from my face right now is that book. Can't Hurt Me. So one of the most fantastic books I ever read. Awesome book. I read it in about like 17 hours. I read that book. Amazing. Are you done trading when you leave? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'll be out. I got some things I got to do. I got to till up the garden a little bit on a couple of areas. And, of course, eat some lunch, get my protein in. How long do you see yourself until you become a billionaire? I like to dream high, though. Billionaire hasn't entered my time frame yet. Hasn't entered my mind yet. But, yeah, obviously that'd be incredible. Millions. DFE left millions on the table. Eric Thomas, motivation. Yeah, he's awesome too, man. Yeah. Yeah, I followed him on Instagram for a while. He's good stuff. What book by Goggins? It's called Can't Hurt Me. Fantastic, fantastic book. Only because me and him had a lot of similar upbringings too. You know, my dad was very similar to his dad, so in terms of harshness. So it's a very similar book, so it resonated with me very well, and it made me who I am today. So I can definitely appreciate the stuff that he went through. Let's see here. What do we got? Audio version is best, I bet. I would only listen to audio version if it's him himself reading it. Yeah, Warren Buffett would definitely never day trade. All right, so these premiums are down to 144, currently downtrending on this. And the 8 and 21 are starting to squeeze, man. They're starting to squeeze on the 5-minute chart. Here's the 5-minute on the Q. Q starting to roll. The auto version is better. Dave and the reader elaborate on each chapter. Oh, cool. So he actually does do the auto version. That's awesome. Yeah, I would love to listen to that. Next time I do a long road trip, I'm definitely going to download that and read and listen to that. That's fantastic. You're so natural at this live streaming thing. Never a dull moment. Have you done this before? I have never done this before, honestly. I've never been a public personality. I did own a gym at one point, and I did coach the classes, so I was in front of a class, but only a small class. I've never done any kind of podcast or public speaking at all. So thank you for the. That's actually a very good compliment. Thank you very much. That was my big worry doing this. Is that am I going to be boring? Like, are y'all going to just like snooze over there in between the trading? I just want to keep things shaking, Okay, so let's take a look around for what's going around. The Q is starting to roll. SPY is starting to dip a little bit, big time. Now we've popped through the 21. Things are starting to look a little bearish. Now, maybe I will start looking at puts. Now that we actually have confirmation of the downside, I will start looking at puts. Preston asked what kind of gym. I owned a CrossFit gym back in the day when I bought into the CrossFit stuff years and years ago. So it's one of the reasons I funded some of my investments is because I sold that thing. All right, coming back here, we've got rolling over here. Let's look at the financial sectors. 5-minute chart on the XLFs dipped here a little bit. I'm going to switch out to the one month chart. I just want to look at some volume support. All right there. Let's go to the 3-month here. All right, so we do have some support here at this 418 level. Right near 418, it starts 418, 419 right there, and we're currently sitting at, 419.13? So we're currently in that support. Now, if we pop through this, we might see a little downside, a little retraction in price here. So I just want to be careful. This might be the lunchtime sell-off here. You kind of see we're popping through the bottom of the day's volume, which we've been hanging out here for a long time, so this is expected. Chop fest to Linda Lunch. I agree, Jose. I agree. If the 21 crosses over the 8 EMA, isn't it bearish? Are you still considering a call? If the 8 does cross through, let's go to the 5. If the 8 does cross through the 21, that is considered a bearish crossover. I'm not going to go blindly into a position until other stuff, but yeah, I'll consider looking at puts if we do not get a rebound in price here. Remember back on Thursday, it did this. We had the sell-off around lunchtime, right about now, and it did rebound and go a little higher. So there. 2010 to 2015, that thing was active. Then I sold it. In 15. Unknown, Bob. I've read Hedge Fund Market Wizards, not Unknown Market. I don't know if that's the same book, but they're both by Schwager. So volume picking up. Good insight to wait for confirmatory price action when we went above the high. It would be getting smoked. Absolutely, Randy. That's all part of the game, man. Confirmatory price action. You got to wait for price to confirm your thesis. In the zone. Yeah, I started reading that one too. Yep. Yep. If it crosses below the 34, I mean, if you cross the 34, that's significant downside. Because if this price retracts all the way to 34, that's significant. So, yeah. Good years for CrossFit. I agree. I'm glad I got out when I did. You know, it's kind of like same thing with investing, man. I didn't like where the thing was going. I didn't like where management was taking CrossFit, and I got out. I just didn't like it. And of course, I think I made the right decision because I loathe what the pretty much what upper management is doing. And being where I live near a lot of top CrossFitters, and I mean like top 5 CrossFitters. And I've talked to some of them, and I've talked to the people that know them, and they all agree like they don't like where this is going. So I'll keep it there because I don't want to step on too many toes. But yeah, I'm glad I got out of the CrossFit industry when I did. I still do that style of training myself. In addition, I incorporate a lot more strength training because I like the strength. I like being, the strong guy. So now I've kind of backed off a little bit on there. A lot of CrossFit workouts, and I threw in a lot of strength, and I just use CrossFit for my cardio. So good stuff though. I do. Yeah, I do look at XLE and XLK. So I got XLB and XLE here. So I do monitor these energies, materials, all that stuff in the financial market as well. Just monitor what's going on. So I like to have a full market awareness of everything that's going on. And of course, SPY. How much are tickets to the gun show? That's funny. That's funny. Still on this descent here. I'll probably play the bounce if we get it. Hey, you know what, bud? I'll get that book and read it. I love stuff like that. So, yeah, you're right, Preston. You're right. You're right. Does a squeeze Momo indicator typically show black this long? Yeah. If we squeeze this long, yeah. See, what happens is if you look at the 5, right here, we've been in this little zone right here where the bulls and bears are fighting it out in this little range. We spiked, killed it, made a lot of money, and then here we are sitting. So when that happens, you're going to get the black crosses in the squeeze moment. That means you're in the squeeze. Who is Kevin? All right, I'm going to delete that. Hold on a second. Yeah, because it's this little HP thing that YouTube included. Let me take this off. Hold on. It's called Stream Boss. Here, I'm going to remove that. Remove. It's basically the person that comments the most. It gets HP and they get their name up there. Yeah, it's stupid. All right, here we go. Remove. Remove that. Okay, gone. Anywhere. What was I talking about? All right, yeah, here we go. So the squeeze momentum indicator is right here. So it does go that long. I mean, look right here. It stayed there a long time. Now look, the price was still going down considerably, but it was moving on low volume. So the squeeze moment was showing black on the 5 minute. That's why you got to be very careful with the squeeze moment on the longer time frames. You can miss entries, or you can get a false reading on that thing. So that's why it takes experience to use the squeeze momo, and I would come in and out of different time frames if you're going to use the squeeze momo. So like the 5, the 3, you'll get different indications. Because now look, it's showing puts firing on the squeeze momo here, but on the 5, still black. On the 1, cooling. It's already been fired for a while on the 1, but cooling. So all right, so just watching this downtrend here. Sorry, I was doing a little research on some stuff. 5 minute chart, you got the 8 and 21 about to sandwich down on top of each other. And let's just kind of zoom out here. Let's look at historical price action. So look at this. Thursday, big run up. Started to sell off here. Crossed through the ADMA at 11 o'clock. We did it 9 minutes earlier today. Came down, popped through. The price itself bounced off the 34. And then 8 and 21, squeezed and touched. And that was, about 1140. We're currently zooming in on that range. 821 is coming down. The price is not quite down to the 34. I may buy the 34 if we've got it. Let's look at the 15. Let's look at the 15 right there. So showing the same thing. It's bouncing off the 8 there. I would love to see the price come down. If the price comes down to the 8 on the 2034, which is about 418.85, I'll consider taking a put on the money there. So even if it's just playing a bounce play. Do you pin a tab somewhere on your screen when you open a position? What do you mean? Clarify, please. The JP Morgan platform is still down? Are you kidding me? That's terrible. Pinning positions would be a good idea. Man, we've had 5 new Patreon subscribers just this morning alone. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Thank you all very much for your support. I'm completely humbled by all of your support. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Oh, you're talking about actually like showing my entries and exit sort? Yeah, I do that in the Discord. So here, if y'all aren't in the Discord, stand by. I'll get you that link. Hold on. More red forming down up on the 34. So I'm be watching that 34. All right, price is coming down. Currently at 418.97, and we're waiting. All right, there is the link to all my social media platforms there. So you can click on that and it'll bring you to, the Discord, the Patreon, the Twitter, all that stuff. So if you are on Instagram, you can follow us there at options.millionaire. Got a lot of stuff coming out there that's going to be rolling out as well as here. So good stuff. Got into that 420 position when it was QQQ was higher and VX was lower. Slowly declined since then. Yeah, it's been downturning since this top, which is 419.58. I never got the warm and fuzzies there, and we didn't pop through with aggression. So we're about to bounce. I want to see this bounce off this EMA, which is at 419 level. You buy the same day expiration. New. Never buy zero DTEs. I always do. Yeah, someone said it. 2 to 3 day strikes and then 4 to 7. $128 people made money off this morning's call. Awesome stuff. We do have almost 5,000 people in this Discord, so I would love to see to get that number up. I want a lot of people making money off this stuff. All right, almost down here on that. Man, I want to take some bounce plays here. Unless you're Luca. Yep. Do I want to try to algo with a bunch of features on it? I'm open to some technology. All right, these calls are currently selling for $1.36 each. I see a bounce right off the 34. The 8 and 21 are coming down and kissing. This is exactly like Thursday. From this point in time, everything is tracking Thursday. What's your trading username? It's Options Millionaire. Yeah, right here. See, Options Millionaire. There you go. Got 420 puts for the 26th. Should I hold for tomorrow? Well, y'all know my stance on that. I don't hold anything overnight, especially in a bullish trend here. So I think we're more apt to hit 421 than we are to drop. We just got that bounce hard off 421. If this acts anything like Thursday, this thing's going to continue to rage through the top of the highs and we'll bounce through. So I'm almost close to calls here. I see this little bounce. Unless this thing sells off, I'm going to enter a position. I'm actually... No, I'm not going to do that. Never mind. Disregard what I was about to say. I was actually going to move the DTE, but I'm not going to do that. That's ego talking right there. Good questions. Good questions. Are you planning on being YouTube Live every day or eventually split into the Patreon paid? Nope, I'll be YouTube Live every day. The Patreon will only be for people that choose to support, and they'll be getting a couple of extra stuff, knickknacks, cool stuff, behind-the-scenes stuff about me. They'll be getting the podcast, stuff like that. But the YouTube live stream, and they'll be getting one YouTube live stream a week, so for them. Whether it be an open morning session or an afternoon session. But everything else, the YouTube lives, the education, and the plays will be free to everybody. But the YouTube is just, the Patreon's made for people who just care to support. They want to give back to the community so I can grow this thing. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So the positions get updated live and OM plays on Discord, right? Nope. Well, there's probably a 3 to 4 second delay. As fast as I could type up the position and hit enter, my number one goal is to, and what I do is I go into the OM only plays channel and I pre-type the play I'm going to take with exception to the enter price, the entry price. And the second I enter a play, my first priority is actually get the position I want at the place I want. So I'll enter the position, I'll go over to the Discord, I'll type in the entry price, I'll hit send, and it sends it out to everybody. So there's 5 to 6 to 7 second delay. And then while I'm doing that, I'll try to vocalize what I'm doing and come in here. So Henny says, a real bit of following you lately. Like the stuff you're putting out. Thanks, Henny. Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for support and hanging out. It's good stuff. Brett says, how come I can't see the OM only plays on my Discord? All right, there's 2 problems to that. There's Options Millionaire kind of category. You either have that clicked where like the drop downs aren't there, or you need to go into the roles channel and vote for the roles that you want. So if you vote for that, you'll come in there and you'll be able to access that. So. Yep, I mean, it definitely could become a chop session. I'm just not too worried about it. We'll see. We'll play it as it comes here. I think we get a bounce of 21, move a little higher. We'll see here. Let's look around the market. The Q is not really bouncing. The Q is kind of stagnant here on this here. So, honestly, I'm happy with our play. I'm happy with it. We'll see what happens. already. So definitely getting a little bit of green action coming in here. I'm going to switch over to the 3. So this thing bounced hard off the 34 at 418.90 and went to 419.25 right now. And yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. We did bounce off the 34 EMA on the 5-minute, which I like to see. That gives me confidence. Now we just need some follow through. Cool, Brett. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for finding the channel and following the content. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, man. I love putting it out. And like I said earlier, man, this whole thing that's happened with the the Reddit and the Discord, it's brought a different level of enjoyment into this. Like I've always loved trading, and I've always loved doing all this stuff and investing and making money, but this brings in a whole new level of satisfaction helping people. So thanks for being here. All right, so I've got my call order popped up. I got $1.45 each on these premiums. I like the strength that came in off these things. I like the strength coming off the 34. Good edit, Luca. Good edit. Yep. Did you buy it? Did I BTO? What's BTO? Buy BTO. Buy to order? No, I did not. I'm not in right now. I'm watching. I'm currently got my calls order form pulled up. They were $1.42 a piece yet. I don't have it. If you do want to see my setup and kind of how I roll with things, if you are new, I did post a how I execute options in E-Trade, and that always shows the technical stuff of how to buy, but it shows how I manipulate and set things up where I can do it quickly and effectively. So if you do want to see that video, please go look. Please go look. Nope, I didn't buy. I do buy to open if that's what you mean, but I did not do it then. I just, Yeah, you'll post it. Trust me. You'll see the post when I do enter a position. There you go. I see y'all slang. I see what you're doing today. Okay. Cole, I'll do that offline. I don't want to pop any new stuff up here on the live and see things change. So I am about to pop up here in 5 minutes. I'll give you to 11:45. Any questions you got, throw them at me now. Then I'm going to hop off. I get to finish up a few things, stretch my back out, get a little lunch, and I'll pop back on here later. So if you do have any questions, throw them at me now. I'll be happy to answer them to you as fast as I can. And even if not, I'll still be monitoring the Discord throughout the day, so you can throw them at me. Until we find a good trend, I don't like playing chop because it looks like this little pop is getting sold off now. So I don't like playing chop, and I'm not taking a position right now until I see some clear direction. So it'll be a good time for me to pop off here for an hour or two until things find stuff. Yes, I do, Jason and off. Yes, I do. I love y'all being here. Good stuff, man. Everyone made some money today. I hope so. What's for lunch? I made fajitas last night. I bought some Top Round. I cut that up, made some fajitas, and I'm going to have that left over with a little bit of protein shake. So, good stuff. Got some avocados I'm going to cut up, made some homemade guacamole, get a little bit of the good fats. I like it. I just want that 3 premiums. difference. You say it earlier. Good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all crazy. A little bit of red coming in on the SPY here. Let's go to the Q. Sounds like I never sleep. You are correct. You are correct. So I don't need much sleep. Luckily enough for me, I'm not one that needs a lot of sleep even before all this. So I think going through basic training and officer school, both of them, they both kind of conditioned me to be effective in maintain a high level of efficiency with on low level of sleep. So. Do you only trade SPY and QQQ options? I only trade SPY options. I tell you, I will say this. If I were to ever expand my SPY system, it would go into QQQ or SPX. The reason why I trade SPY is because it kind of resonated with me. When I did start trading SPY options among everything else, I did very well with it. So I just stuck to SPY. And the reason why I'm sticking to it now is because like the cost per premium, it's a lot cheaper than SPX, and I want everyone to kind of like tie into my system. I don't want to have to people are like, all right, well, you're doing SPX. What do I need to buy in SPY? So that's why I'm sticking to SPY here. And I'd be open to throwing in some QQQ in the future. The Qs. All right, the Q is currently still flat. SPY is getting a bid, but they are uptrending. So I'm liking SPY because it's affordable buying. That's exactly right. Department of Cost Dairy Repair. Exactly right. How was the training like? Max efficiency, low sleep. Any tips? Basic training is all about the physical fitness and beating the military into you, and like taking a civilian and turning him into an airman or a soldier or a Marine or wherever you're going to go. Officer school is more about prioritization, learning you how to manage people, learn how to user education because obviously you have to be an officer to be in there. User education to benefit others, and about prioritization, managing your schedule, managing your time, managing your commitment, stuff like that. So it's very different training aspects. So this little pup's still getting sold off. I don't like it. So yeah, SPY is super, super liquid. I've never once, even with the amount or the little contracts I buy, I don't have a problem with liquidity getting it out very quickly. I've never once had a problem with liquidity on the contracts I use. I have had it with trading stocks back in the day. So that's why I do not miss trading stocks at all. Even with the money I made, I was very happy to cut those loose. Any tips on how to step stop losses? I have a hard time with them because I can watch a call go from minus 30 to back 25 in the green. If I have a position that's down 30%, I've done something egregiously wrong. So, yeah, I have held on a position to almost 30% to come back green. It doesn't happen often. I would say 7, 8 times out of 10, if you have a position that goes red that long, you're done. Like you've made an error in judgment in entering a position, or just market turns south. You happen to buy a call that was a good setup and news came out and tanked the market. It just happens. So 30% loss, I usually cut it loose before then. Now, when it comes to stop loss, it all depends on the day. I'll usually set a 15. If I can't monitor a trade live like I'm doing now, I don't set stops because I know me. I'll get out of a position because I'm sitting here monitoring it. If I have to step away from a computer, I'll set a 15% stop. But if I see the market is if I'm green on a position and I see the market starting to roll in a way I don't like it, that's just more than just a little temporary pullback. I get out of position right then and there. I won't let it go red. I only hold the position red if I think it's eventually going to recover. So it depends on my confidence. How many contracts do you buy? I don't talk about my position size or my dollar amounts and stuff like that. And you can do the math if I tell you my contract size. So I don't like to discuss that. But it varies. The thing is, I don't leave my trading account getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What I do is once I hit a certain amount, I transfer that money out into a long-term account. And I filter money either into my personal bank account, long-term accounts. I use it to do, buy whatever or pay off whatever, or invest in real estate, whatever it is. So that percentage pretty much stays the same. I try to I try to maintain a balance every month in my trading account. So having said that, my number of contracts varies based on, I don't narrow it down to nothing. I don't say, all right, well, 20% is exactly 35 contracts or 150 contracts or 200 contracts. I'll just put in, okay, that's what I think it is, and I roll with it. I just put a nice round number and I roll with it. Didn't we go negative Friday and could have gone 100%? Nope. I think the lowest I saw was 18 or 19% on Monday. Could have been a touch more, but it didn't hit 30% on Friday. I said I'm in. All right, so now we're starting to get a little climb here. However, it is 11:48, so I am going to step away here. Otherwise, I'll never do it. I need to get some food in my stomach. I need to do a few chores, and I do have a meeting about some merchandise to bring to y'all. So I do got to take care of a few things. I'll pop on here for the afternoon sesh to go over a few things. If you do have any questions, please DM me in the Discord, or you could post in any of the rooms for other people to answer and ask, and for other people to see the answers. Please follow us on Instagram, options.millionaire. Please like any of the videos and subscribe to the channel. You'll get all the cool stuff coming out. Anyway, I'm Options Millionaire. Thank you for the morning. We've had a fantastic day trading, and a good profitable trade this morning. I hope a lot of people made a lot of money. If you did make some money off that trade, please post it in the testimonials channel. Anyway, thanks for being here. I had a blast. I love chatting with y'all, answering your questions. I'm out of here. Look for me to come on this afternoon. Thank y'all. I'm out. See you.